5?
Hello.
It's a hobble.
It's a Dergen.
Hello.
See this right here? I've got this for you, Steak. So you can see this. Tell me when you can see it.
All right. Let me actually bring it back up because I had it minimized for a second.
Oh, goody. I'm the big one tonight
Okay.
on Diashon's stream.
Okay.
I also
yeah,
have big calf.
I see the poster. Yes.
I got big steak.
See, now look at that.
Mhm.
Then look at this.
Yes, I do see the reference.
Actually, I have big calf too.
Looking at them side by side, I see them, but yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay, cool.
All right, so, you guys talked strategy in the inn, is what you were saying, sort of. Then
We need
you
a s-
guys.
Sorry.
Was it strategy or was it just like a loose plan that's probably gonna get changed 7 times?
Yes.
Um.
Point.
mhm.
Porque no los dos?
All plans go out the window the moment combat happens.
Usually.
All
Unless
plans
the
go
plan
out the
is
window as
combat.
soon as we start playing.
That's also fair.
That's, yeah.
Fair.
Then, we're. Oh yeah, you guys decided to hang out and chat with the locals for a while.
Yeah, we did.
Got some useful information out of that.
Y'all
Kinda.
learned some shit, kind of, sort of.
I got those rumors if you want to recap.
Yay!
So
Go
we know
for
there's
it.
a secret society where they mark people with a coin with a skull of a triceratops.
Sounds nice.
We know that there are giant snapping turtles in the Snapping Turtle Bay. Who would have thought?
Sounds awkward.
One of those are as big as a house, and his name is King Toba. He has gemstones embedded in his shell. Let's see. Perched atop
Is
the
he
plateau
so shiny?
overlooking overlooking Aldani Basin is a ghost village. All the people there disappeared. No one knows why. And then the last rumor we have is a ruined city lies up the river Tath, past Kahakla Gorge. Supposedly no one's explored past the gorge, but that's not true. It's just a few who made it out. The few that made it out alive mostly keep quiet about what they found there.
I've actually got one other that I don't think made it into the general notes.
Oh yeah? Let me go
If
ahead
you
and
come
add that,
across
too.
a maze and trace it from start to end, you'll earn Ubato's favor. That's
Uberto.
yeah. I probably butchered the name, but apparently that's like the main god of Chult. So that's probably useful information.
It
Okay.
looks like
Okay, I added it.
my stream died.
Oh no!
Rip stream.
Ruh-roh.
It's
Exactly.
down.
So I'm restarting it. So I may well have lost the whole transcoding thing here. When did that die? Like I got no warning it was going either. No sound effect, nothing. It's very irritating.
Okay. You guys have heard that picking up a guide before you head into the jungle is probably a good idea. And you found a business card sort of thing advertising the guide services of one Yordle the Turtle. So that's a thing whenever you feel like doing it. Otherwise, one of your Dragonborn wizard was called away on urgent business, and I don't know what you want to do next. You guys tell me.
Well, we were kind of hired to do a thing while we were on our way to do a thing. But the reason that we got hired to do the thing just walked away and said he had something else to do. Are we sure he's just not screwing us over so we can do the thing without us?
I'm pretty sure he'd die alone. So
I don't know.
Inside check.
I've got nothing. I'm just throwing it out.
Should have. Oh,
Rip Daishon.
I guess we're.
Ruh-roh. You alright, Dashawn?
He must have hit something.
Raggy. You're muted, by the way, Calf.
Thank you.
That happens.
Happens all.
The rest of us
Is
know
he
when it's
back?
happening now, though, because there's a bright red light on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Convenient.
Very. Hello?
There we go.
Hello?
So remember
That's
I
very
said that
strange.
OBS when it spazzed out. Well, when it did so, it went and took itself down in such a way that it had to be restarted. And when it restarted, it came up in the other version, like on the other scene, and took the webcam.
Hmm.
So,
I see.
Fine. Fine.
no stress here.
Yoink.
Yoink.
Yoink of the Yukon. Remember
Yoink
that?
is the opposite of yeet.
It is.
What is Yort?
Or would Yoink be the opposite of Yeet or Kobe?
Okay, this actually leads into a question I was gonna ask since we're having trouble getting going. If you yeet too soon, is it a preet?
That's a collective group facepalm. I hope you're happy with yourself.
It depends on where you eat. If you do it at home, it might be more of a master meat.
No, that's what they used to make donaires. Oh, you guys
Don't
don't
we
get
have,
that
like, a-
joke.
I feel like we have a mission of some type to go do somehow.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
nothing
so-
else, get Hobble in here.
Our options are go find a guide. Still go see this gladiator guy.
And try to beat him up.
Look for more leads. Slash find a
I
guide.
know there was talk of going to the Temple of Savras here in town to get more info on this
Right.
artifact.
Hmm.
I thought I had that written down somewhere. I have battle stack goblins.
I mean, battle stack goblins are important.
That's a very important thing.
Is it?
When you meet a battle stack goblin, I guess you can decide for yourself.
That's just two goblins on each other's shoulder, right?
It's up to 9 goblins on each other's shoulders, actually.
Have
Oh
you
my
never
God.
seen a Goomba stack? Come on, dude.
Goombas don't have knives though, like goblins would.
They just use their body weight and their telekinesis to kill you, that's all.
The notebook that you
Oh,
should all be
somebody
scared
subbed.
of.
Oh, great.
That would be me.
Well, there was talk of the game. I didn't want to go, "Calf," and like I usually do. And if I hit mute, then you wouldn't hear it. And so I figured I'd just go for the blatantly obvious flag.
Did we need blue for the Temple of Savras? I thought one of us was tied in there, and it's not me.
Temple
Uh,
of Savras.
Yeah.
He's heard he's heard of a guy who might know something who happens to be there.
Grandfather Zatembe, right?
Yes, that is indeed the guy.
I also wrote that down too.
Yeah, me too.
I'm actually getting good at notes. What the heck?
It's almost like practice helps with this sort of stuff.
The gasp.
Shocker.
What are notes?
I have it down that he's like the high priest of this, so he should be pretty easy to track down, I think.
No notes. We die like noobs.
For something like this, we need notes.
I see.
Okay. So I guess
Oh
the
my God.
question is, do we want to pick up is the guide hourly or daily? Is I guess the main question, because we can pick up the
Pick up the guide on the way to the temple.
if it's on the way. I mean, may as well.
Way to the
But they might even be able to help us find it.
Yeah, because we need a guide in town.
I mean, I've lived here, but yeah.
Should we just make this easy? Since, guides often frequent the sort of place that you're staying, looking
Ow.
for work?
I thought we looked on the notice board.
Yeah, you did look on
Right.
the notice board, and there was a card there that said, "Yo,
My cat is
look-
being a fool. I'll be.
Ah, I found a card. It says
Table
portal.
3C.
Tortle for hire.
It says guide, but I
I'll
don't
be
think
right
they
back,
know how to
guys.
spell very well. GID. Is it GID?
uh,
I
so
hope they're better at directions than talking.
the reason that Yordle's advertisement stood out to you is that everyone else is looking for 5 gold a day payment for 30 days up front.
Hmm.
And because adventurers die a lot.
They want to get paid before if they're going to march into possible death. They want to get
Exactly.
paid
Right.
before their clients die.
Or
Good
they
what's
run away to
different-
get something.
What's different about Yordle's is that Yordle is willing to joining the party for a share of the treasure that you guys get instead of asking you for 5 gold a day for 30 days up front.
I see. Classic profit share. I see.
Yeah.
Getting profits because we're actually going to find things and get money.
Why do you keep doing that
I
quote?
mean, it could happen, I suppose. So
It could be that this kid actually wants to make friends.
Get good.
Good.
I mean, be worth checking out. That's for sure. I mean,
Yee.
Yeah.
Does the card say where to find them?
table 3C.
table 3C. When you guys took Yordle's card down yesterday, he happens to be friends with someone who works in the kitchen, and someone passed word along to them.
Mm.
So when you come down and ask about your breakfast, since it's included with this overnight stay sort of thing,
I didn't unmute myself.
as
I'm a
you're being
fucking
served
moron.
breakfast, he walks in the front door. They walk in the front door. Sound fair? Sounds fair to me.
Works for me.
What?
Walking in the front door and action.
Hubble.
Yeah.
Your friend who works in the kitchen at the Thundering Lizard, which is an inn and tavern in Port Nyanzaru, saw a group of likely adventurers who took down your card yesterday morning. Told you about it when you saw them around supper time yesterday, and this morning you decided you should check and see if they were interested in actually hiring you. So you showed up at the Thundering Lizard.
The Thundering Lizard!
Does that happen every time somebody walks in? You just hear faintly, "The Thundering Lizard" in the background? Is that a thing?
Also, since you weren't here last week, I should describe for you what the fucking Thundering Lizard looks like.
The front of it looks like a giant thundering lizard head that you walk into.
There you go.
And several people decided to poke it because they were like, big lizard bones. And
it's
some of
like
them got a
80
boner for the boner.
It's 80% bone, I think is what we determined.
Listen, the old man's got to do what he's got to do. All right, it's
Just great, just what I needed reminding of old man boner.
Fucking 2 times tonight. I was drinking and I
Really?
shouldn't have been.
You should know better with us.
What do you
By the way,
think
if
I
I start
drink?
randomly choking, it's because it's spicy pepper stuff.
Oh, that's the
Mhm.
stuff you told Lady not to get into. Anyways,
Phrasing?
Those are Scooby snacks.
I doubt I
No.
can whistle, so I can't
Use a
do
Scooby
that.
snack.
I'm just gonna stroll, waddle, thunder
I
waddle,
just found these randomly on the bar.
toddle,
power waddle.
power waddle up to the bar and ask Cookie, has Cookie seen who the hell had the ticket? Card. Golden
Uh,
ticket.
Cookie points to a gnome who's carrying a really big axe two people who are vaguely furry and larger than most creatures that you have ever seen in your life. You're not 100% sure you recognize them. A man and a small lizard boy.
Small lizard boy.
Small lizard boy.
They
Wait,
look like a strange crew, and they appear to be eating breakfast 3 tables that way.
So, as a matter of curiosity, this axe, is it bigger than the gnome?
Probably.
Is it a
Yeah.
great
Is he compensating for something?
No.
I mean,
How quick that answer came. Uh,
I bet you if he seems a little aggro to taller people, the answer is yes. Booby snacks! He's been
Did
burned to
this-
cinders, Psycho. We're fine.
did the Scooby Snacks keep you satiated so we don't run up a bill this time?
Who runs up a bill? They said food. They didn't say how many foods. They should make it more specific from now on.
Something tells me you were gonna make them start that.
I'm gonna tap the bar, as a thank you to Cookie, and walk over, making sure I thoroughly avoid small person with giant axe. I like my knees and my shins where they're at.
Uh-huh.
You can't see that motion, but I'm pointing towards my own knees and shins.
I thought you were just doing the leg.
Oh, God. No, that was more of a we had the same idea.
I haven't done that in forever. Stage flag. Shit. I don't have a voice for Yordle yet. I'm just... Which one of you's in charge?
That's a good question.
That's a really good question, actually.
Just silence, and suddenly there's crickets in the whole bar.
Alright.
Is your question which one of you picked up my cards? Oh shit, no.
That's not gonna work, is it?
Which one of you picked up my card?
Do you need a minute to find your voice?
We don't have enough time for that, I don't think so. I got business to run. Shit like that.
And yes, one of my teammates must have picked your card up. I was busy talking around the tavern, but we are in need of a guide, and we are not exactly presently very, how you say, financially independent.
Right, well, you can hire me to... Shit, I need to... I can take you out somewhere, and then it's by day, or you can cut up some of them rewards. I'm assuming you're looking for something. Something shiny.
Did they just say they were going to take us out?
On a date, Shaggy. On a date.
Oh, it's personal business then. You know what? Congratulations. You do you. I'm going to have more breakfast.
That's a weird one. Oh well, I see a lot of them.
At some point in the conversation, you just see a little kobold come poke your shell a couple of times to just to poke it.
I get up and I walk back over to the bar.
Could we describe this turtle?
I'm gonna nonchalantly hip check the little thing poking me. Not breaking eye contact from the furball that's talking to me, just...
Yeah, describe what your character looks like for the group. Pretty please.
6 foot, shell, front of shell kind of comes up to just below the chin, and there's a nice dark space around their head where not a lot of shell. Back of the shell comes up right about here. Nice little hard-headed crest. 3 scratches down their one side of their face, not sure why. Eyes are this really clear, pretty blue.
turtleified version of Kurgan.
Krogan.
Krogan.
Uh,
So you're telling me that your turtle shell looks like a popped collar?
I
Sure.
have the photos. Do you want me to send?
Wait, were
I'm
you playing
curious,
Grunt?
but-
Rex.
Oh, boo.
Rex is better.
I don't know what these people are. So
I mean, I
Pass it
do
back.
have the. Thank you, by the way, Cube. But I do have the blue eyes to be Grunt. But I am a lot older. I'm not little pup. I'm like Rex's age. If I was a Krogan.
Shell looks like the body armor, just how it's positioned.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the actual shell itself is like dome shaped, like it's a kind of softer looking shell.
It looks soft around the edges, but you can tell the back of it is very hard. There's a few pock marks. It's like something has hit me. I have a belt, but upon closer inspection, you realize it's a whip, and I'm wearing
Right.
a brown hat of some sort, and I have a pretty scabbard hanging from that belt, but there's nothing in it.
I so fucking forgot about the hat and the whip. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I should have drawn your stick figure with a hat and a whip.
I like him the way that he is. I have no pants, but there's nothing hanging out, so it's not like no pants. It's just fine.
Turtle nudity is PG.
It's
Gotcha. We got a Daffy Duck situation.
Yeah.
all shirt, no pants. Got it.
And yeah, that's kind of blue, kind of green. No weird bands on my face or anything. Just hat.
Anyway,
Would we
you've hip checked a small creature.
would we be able to hire you for some cut of whatever we find? That's not important to our personal mission, of course.
So you want me to help you find something, and I get a cut of that?
You get a cut of you get a cut of whatever we were promised. I'm not very. I don't see much need for money.
As long as I can make my dues, we're all good. Where do you need to go?
Well, that is
Another great question.
that is hard part. We know what we're looking for, but we don't know where to start.
So where is this thing that you looking for? Is it in the John? Can I just is that the whole thing? Is I just need a is this a joke?
No. It's not
We
joke.
are.
So I need
Maybe we can start with any stone structures outside of.
Oh lord.
just not
We
even
haven't
breaking
mentioned-
eye contact, looking at the old one, and just kind of do the motion.
We haven't mentioned what we're looking for. It's just somewhere in the middle of the jungle yet, have we?
Yeah. Well, that's why we need a guide. We need.
Like we're looking for ruins that likely have artifacts in them. So it's ruins a lot of people haven't been near or are well known for being dangerous.
Oh, I know where
But-
plenty of those are.
Potentially have been discovered by people who have been doing some sort of cultish things, because you may have noticed your friends aren't getting back up from the dead anymore. By the way, they got good stew here. This is like my 7th bowl this morning.
7th bowl?
Is good stew.
We're
I mean, true. I like cookies stuff.
Oh god.
we're not very sure what the young man runs on.
I'm not questioning it as long as he's not trying to eat me. In any
Fair
sort of
enough.
manner.
Fair enough. We are looking for an artifact and a person. We are looking for a artifact by the name of Soulmonger and a person by the name of Simber, I believe was what the gold one was talking about.
Simba?
Simber.
Simber. Got it.
Yes. Pat, pat, pat.
Well, I can help you find the place. People, not so much. People are harder to find. Places are easy. They don't move a lot.
It's true.
But I'm going to assume it's not in town, otherwise you would have found it already without my help. So you want to go out into the green stuff, right?
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Essentially, eventually, we were thinking of stopping by Grandfather Zemtembe's chapel? Church?
Temple.
Temple. Yes.
Go
Yes.
temple. Are you gonna get married?
No, we were looking to see if he might have any blessings or fortune.
Not on any marriages, though.
I am happily devoted to my work.
Hmm.
Okay. What kind of work is this? You do a loose summary is fine. I don't need to know details. Just I need to know, is it gonna get me killed, eaten, transformed into a zombie thing? Not like I gotta worry about that, because, like, there's not many zombies around anymore.
Zombies are atrocious and must be destroyed at every opportunity.
I feel
Were
like
you
this is
lying
where it
on
turns
purpose, Hubble?
Hmm?
Were you lying on purpose, or did you just not remember the fact that the entire jungle is fucking crawling with zombies?
I don't remember that part. I was not told
Alright.
that.
Alright. The jungle is crawling with zombies.
Yeah, isn't like the whole point of this is like, hey, a necromancer's raised an undead army and stopped reviving magic.
I thought it was just reviving magic went to shit.
That did happen
Reviving
as well. Anyways.
Yeah, reviving magic went to shit, and making flesh golems is still frowned upon and must be killed at every available opportunity.
As long as you're not
And
making me a zombie. Zombie turtles. Slower than regular zombies.
zombies are absolutely atrocious, and yes, I know this is coming from my username, but you know, whatever. I'm playing. Hi, I'm Caffeinated Zombie. I'm playing an anti-zombie character.
What? No, you're fine.
Can't
It's like
backfire at
Batman,
all.
the symbol of something you were afraid of and made it your own.
You're like Batman,
So,
except he really wasn't that afraid of bats.
I'm not helping.
Batman, but instead of fighting crime, he fights bats.
Yep.
Got it.
so lead out into the forest, jungle, rain jungle. You guys got equipment?
We do. We were hoping you would bring at least some of your own. We are looking to go by boats, if I remember correctly. You're okay with boats, right?
It's not on this screen, Cube.
What the fuck are you doing?
He's trying to kill my stream computer because it's already overloaded with Discord.
Sorry.
So.
Quit making it rain Skittles.
You can't because it's not on this side. I need that GIF now of just Daishan doing Yes, I bring my own equipment because I've been out there enough times to, like, know things. So, you guys are gonna make sure you have your own equipment because as entertaining as watching you drop like flies sounds, don't get paid. Sorta. I sorta don't get paid. Kinda don't get paid. Details. If you all die.
I mean, I assume that whatever guides manage to make it out where the adventuring party does not gets their pick of the corpse, as it probably usually is.
I like you. I like her. What about the rest of you? You're all quiet except for the old fart back there. And that little pokey thing. In the walking tin can with feet. What is that?
Like,
His
she's
name
talking
is
just
Zeke.
fine. It's okay, man. I'm just gonna have more Scooby snacks.
Alright, he talks pretty well too.
You guys seem to
We're
have
having
the
a mouthful.
conversation under control. We didn't have anything to add.
Gotcha.
I've been talking about how to make a rum ham for the last like 15 minutes.
Yes, but you've been talking to Cookie.
That's true.
Then you need the booze.
And when would you like to start this searching for old great runes? Possibly finding
Oh.
somebody.
That's good.
Yes,
Sounds good.
we were going to go see if we could go get boats, and I'll find Father Sitembe, and then pick a spot to go start walking.
Do I know Father Sentembe? Because I don't really remember much of anything about him, other than I like his name.
You know that he's the high priest of Savris, and you know that the Temple of Savris is one of the biggest, gaudiest temples in the city.
Lovely.
A lot of eyeballs in the
Ah, they have
motif.
money.
Lots of eyeballs.
Eyeball motif.
Be happy if you eyes are
Now, is that
everywhere.
Gaudius spelled with an AU or Gaudius spelled with an O?
No, yes.
Ayo, ayo. Uh,
Probably on
Alright.
the verge of disgustingly gaudy.
It
so
could be two things.
Why-
I can do both.
why do you need to see the high priest? Priest? Priest.
Priest.
Person.
And to be perfectly honest, out of character, I don't remember why
I'm
we
pretty
thought
sure
it'd be a
that
good
was,
idea.
Wasn't it Blue that wanted to go see him for info about the
Mm.
guy he's looking for or something?
I probably.
I remember that vaguely.
It's not outlined in the notes, so.
Out of character, Panther used his character's research feature to say, "Hey, who could tell me where?" Because the feature says something about if you don't know a thing, you know someone who might know the thing.
Okay.
So he used his feature and said, "Okay, so who might know the thing?" And I said, "Grandfather's a Tembe."
Okay.
And he
Okay.
said, "The fuck is that?" And that's where you got that.
Do we remember what he was asking about? 'Cause I
Where to
don't.
find this thing?
He was asking about the soulmonger.
Okay. Was it
The
the Soulmonger?
Soulmonger's the main driving force
Yeah,
of this
I,
whole.
I thought it was
Yeah.
maybe that ring or whatever he was looking for too.
I
It's
mean,
also
I
the Ring
don't
of
doubt that
Winter,
he's going to
which
ask
is-
about both.
Yeah.
The
Ring of Winter.
Savris people are diviners, so
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay. Well, there's plenty of reason to go see them then. This needs divining.
Right,
Well,
so
design intervention never hurt nobody.
how about, since we're in a safe place, we split the group, and I go with who needs to go see Grandfather Zentimbe. I'd write down the stuff you need, give it to the other group, and they go buy the stuff. And then we hitch it in the morning. How about that? Fresh and early, get all the sun. Or all the rain, depending.
Probably rain.
Not
I love this
much
character
sun in the
already.
jungle.
This doesn't have to do anything with weather, does it?
What doesn't have to do with weather?
I was seeing if Wet Wanderer lets you figure out weather.
Uh,
No, it doesn't.
Wait, did you say if wet water lets you find out about weather?
Wanderer.
Wander.
Okay. Okay. I was confused for a second.
It's like from Mean Girls when she's like filling up her chest. She's like, I think it's raining. And she's just in the middle of a rainstorm.
I've actually got a rock that lets me tell more information about the weather. Like, for instance, if it's hot, I know it's a sunny day. But if it is wet, it's raining.
Ooh.
That's a
rock.
powerful item. We
It
should hold
really
on
is.
to that.
I've got some nuts that'll tell me the same thing.
What? Wait.
So
No,
if your
no, no,
nuts
no.
are hot, you
Wait,
know
I
that
thought it
it's
was
sunny.
berries.
If
No,
only
no,
time
the
you
nuts are
have
separate from the
are hot.
berries.
This is why we never get anything done, and it's great.
I shit you not, my grandparents had they had this board that was a pair of nuts hung by a string on a nail, and then it listed all of the stuff. It's the same as the stone. It listed all the stuff underneath, and it was
Mhm.
so funny.
Freezing 1.
I feel like we should be at 5 from last time, though. But
It's
Last
not.
time
no,
on
Spade, it's
Phrasing
not
Ball
like
Z.
oh, it's nightly.
Yeah, it's not like inspiration. It doesn't carry over.
You're gonna make me go for a PB every week, aren't you?
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, if we're splitting up, we should probably send the people. Do we have any particular items that we know would be good to have?
We need canoe. We
Yeah.
need
Something for water would probably not be a terrible idea.
Water skins.
to be perfectly honest, if we could swing getting something like at least one
An alchemy jug or something.
alchemy jug, decanter of endless water. If we could swing getting one of those for the party, it doesn't have to be multiple, it can be just the one.
Is this
Um,
something that you're discussing in character, or is this an out of character thing you're bringing up?
It should probably be
Apologies.
No,
Uh,
I'm not. I'm just because you may get useful information from your guide if you ask about water.
Okay. Thank you. We need something for water. Probably something that would be potentially replenishable without worrying about having to purify it.
Does everyone
every
have
year.
water skins?
I mean, water skin. One water skin is nice. We are going to be out there for a very long time.
Mm.
And I don't know about you, Warden, but my
These
it's
bones
muggy.
need more water with age.
I've known Blue for a long time. Does he have create water as a spell? Would I know that?
I
I
mean,
know.
technically, I do.
Okay.
Oh,
Technically?
really?
What's
I
You
don't
technically?
have
have
it
never
prepped.
seen Blue create water.
Not drinkable water, anyways.
Yeah, it's well, it's one of those things of as a cleric, I have create water and I have purify food and drink. We've heard rumors that everything once we get out there is some kind of nasty.
Mhm.
So
It's like Australia, everything wants to eat you.
You should have made him Australian.
Australia,
Oh.
everything wants to kill you. There's a difference. Not everything that kills you wants to eat you.
Well,
Just saying.
said it's like, not exactly like.
True.
Similar. Similar. How about that? Similar.
Oh,
So
God.
if it,
I'm digging the Aussie turtle. If you're up for it, just saying, just throwing it out there.
probably be less murder on your voice too.
Yeah.
But it's up to you.
I mean, talking like this isn't bad. It doesn't affect my
It's just
voice
the
either
fact
way.
that it goes sort of vaguely Irish after a while.
No, it was because I was trying to get into the accent and I lost it. And
What I hear is that you're trying to do Kermit the Frog, actually.
actually, my cousin voices Kermit the Frog, like legit.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
The more
Cool
you
beans.
know.
Yay!
The more you know.
Uh,
All right.
So that's part of the reason why I really liked when Diashon does it, because I'm like, hi, that's my cousin. I'm related to a frog. Ain't it great? Dergen related to a frog. Oh my.
On that note,
Yeah.
It'd be best to save your spell slots for combat, wouldn't it?
kind of. Yeah, that's what I'm insinuating. So let's go on ahead and have this particular talk in character. Personally, I need to BRB though. So.
BRB.
Fun is the right. We need something for at least purifying water, replenishing it, ideally.
Something that could make it wouldn't be terrible either. It can get pretty bad out there at times.
I was gonna say we heard, I think last session that there's like, isn't there some sort of like jug of endless water or something like that? I know we talked about it.
There is a thing like that. So, Steak,
Yo.
when your character went running across the jungle,
Mhm.
escaping from slavery, you took a thing with you that was basically like metal legs
Mhm.
with leather wrapped around it that could be set out overnight to catch rain.
Okay.
This is a thing that exists here. It's
Do I
called a
still?
rain catcher.
I don't still have this thing, do I?
No,
Okay.
but you know it's a thing that exists.
Okay.
Calf might be dying wherever she's hiding because she forgot I nicknamed Keeper Fawn.
Oh.
Sorry, derailed us again.
I
do
don't
that
know
a
that
lot.
the train is currently in motion, so you're fine.
That's yeah.
It
Don't French kiss mamas.
I want to
Why
see
are
if
we
I'd be
survival roll?
familiar with like rain catchers.
Yeah.
I mean, those are great, but if it
Am I?
decides... Those are...
Damn.
There's only one flaw with the rain catcher. It might not rain in a few days in a row.
Please tell me you say that in character and out loud.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's a possibility. I know we're going into a literal rainforest,
I
but
think we're
still.
trying to have this conversation in character, so
Well, then I'm just gonna start laughing at that little small thing saying it might not rain days in a row. Because that's funny to me.
Funny to you, you say?
Yes, oh bottomless pit of bottomless skinny people. It rains quite a lot, so the fact that it might not rain multiple days in a row is hilarious. It'll rain plenty
Really,
of
'cause
times.
last I checked, Revivify worked like it was supposed to, too.
Yeah, but Revivify is not weather. Revivify is human done.
Exactly, it's something a lot more complicated than weather.
I cuff him on the ear.
I don't have ears. We've
Yeah, I was about to say,
established
does he have ears or
you
ear
got
holes?
the little like pointy bits. It's close enough.
Pointy bits. You got the pointy bits.
Oh, Larry.
Alright, so we need a lot of food because him, and I point at Scooby, Shaggy, excuse me.
I think we're actually okay in the food department.
How plentiful is the forest? The jungle? Sorry, I'm not.
Not from around here, are you?
Mm-mm.
But at least you know green things, so that's good. If you don't mind eating a lot of meat and possibly being eaten by that meat before you kill it, it's fine.
Is it tasty meat?
Yeah,
never mind. We can
if you
get
cook it
seasonings.
right.
It'll be fine.
Exactly. See, you got the hang of it. Just a water situation because you need 2 gallons a day, and if we're gone for a week, 7 days, that's 14 gallons. You can't carry that. So
Okay. So we should look into alternative sources of renewable water.
rain catcher. Already said it. You each get your own rain catcher. It'll rain enough. Trust me. You know, keep putting your face in the rivers to non-existent. Sorry, it lightninged outside real flash, and I was like, keep drinking out of the rivers. Never drink out of the rivers. How about that? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm confused.
Mhm.
Do drink out of the rivers or don't drink out of the rivers? Because you said both now.
Don't drink out of the rivers.
Why not?
Creepy, crawly, nasty things in your throat, and you'll die.
Are they made of protein?
Yeah, they just won't make it all the way down.
So
And then
if I
you'll
chew
be
my
made
water,
out of
I won't have
protein.
any problem.
No, I wouldn't.
Just tasty.
I mean, we can eat him once he dies, right? No one has a problem with eating humanoid things, right?
I mean, it's only cannibalism if you're a human, right?
I mean,
Was that
So-
a can I heard in the background?
I don't know.
So,
Is it?
I'm
are
not
you
wrong,
looking at me
though.
when you ask if you can kill me, and are you looking at me when you say it's only cannibalism if you're human?
I mean,
I mean,
if he dies from what's in the rivers, can we eat him?
Would he not have parasite? Would that would be? It sounds like there's something in the water. Do we want to eat someone who's been killed by whatever's in the water?
It's like rabies. You cut off the head, you'll be fine.
I like that the party's just talking about cannibalism at this point.
we're in session 2 and we haven't even left town. And we're like, all right.
I mean,
you're
I'm a
getting
turtle,
Who
and
do
if I
we
eat a
eat
human,
first?
it's fine. It's not cannibalism, as long as I don't eat any turtle soup. Fine. Good. To be grand.
No.
I feel like he's taking notes of who to kill first if we need more food.
I'm sure amongst all of us we can forage enough. There's local vegetation.
I'm a surprisingly good hunter.
There's fish.
I can make berry jerky if necessary.
Berry jerky, you say? On.
So what you do is you take the berries, yeah. You take a stone and a leaf, and you put the berries on the stone, and then the leaf over top, and then you just kind of, and then you leave it in the sun, and it dries the leaf and the berries, and it tastes like paper, but it's better than eating the rock.
Did you just say that a good way of surviving out in the wild is to beat your berries?
I'm so glad you caught on to that.
I'm just asking for a friend.
It has some nutritional content.
Well, that's not
You
the
know what else
weirdest
has
kink I've ever
nutritional
heard
content? Food.
of. Alright, so we got plenty of food around. We got food if someone dies from drinking the water in the rivers. We got food from fishing, food from hunting, food from berry smashing. We got plenty of water as long as you all buy your own rain catchers, and oh, right. Who's got bug repellent? It's basically bug repellent. Who's got any of that on them? Candles, salves, something, anything?
I got a tinderbox and 10 torches. Something.
Good. We'll make sure you
I
just
mean-
stay away from.
Hey, you said something. It's something.
Should know better. Well, now
So,
that you've
I
killed
believe the
time until I
question-
got back.
I believe that the question of bug repellent was raised.
Yeah.
Because, even I with a shell need bog repellent. So, fluffy things, such as you, and you, and
If I fish around in my like fur, are there any bugs in there?
Roll for
Probably.
bugs.
That's just
roll for bugs.
Want to just kind of like
So someone in the channel point out that the bugs are still edible. You just have to be willing to grab them, and they would be protein, which is a nutritional element.
I think that's what he was after.
Just say
I feel like the longer we talk to our guide, the longer the guy doesn't want to be our guide.
These guys are gonna die in the first 15 minutes.
it's been many centuries. I think I will be okay. The little ones, young species, they're very fragile.
You're like, but why though?
So, okay, so you're old as dirt and you don't care if you die. I got that. I kind of do, cause I don't want your friends like turning tail and being like, "Oh no, you can't eat him." So
I
bug
won't.
repellent, because they're not your everyday bugs. They're not city bugs. They're from the outside. They've got gross things that make you break out and get weird diseases, like I think it's monkey disease, something. Terrible hives.
I have to ask, do you have like a brother or an uncle or something who used to deal with a lot of animals and creeped you out, like first name Steve or anything like that? I'm asking for a friend.
It might have been Uncle Stev. He went out like he was a valiant guy.
I see.
His wife and 2 kids are still around though. They're real good. Good people.
Do you want to tell them about what happens when someone gets bitten by bugs in
Aubrey.
Chult?
Aubrey, thank you for keeping it consistent, Aubrey. Is this the ooh ee ee ah ting
No.
ting? Aw.
So your guide tells you that when you'd go out in the jungle in Chult without getting insect repellent first, people get cold. They get this sickness that they call shivering sickness.
Down with the
right?
sickness.
You get cold, your vision gets
Thanks,
blurry,
Aubrey.
you
How are
get
you doing tonight?
confused,
Um,
and
We're playing D&D, and now
sometimes
Yordle
get
is
lost in the
Australian.
jungle because you get kind of confused. And it's generally kind of nasty and something that you should probably avoid.
So, what do people typically use for bug repellent?
They sell it in the market.
Okay.
I'm a terrible person. The first thing I thought was those bugs are going to give Warden dementia.
He doesn't already have dementia?
I hit myself a little close to home on that one.
No.
Oh.
So bug repellent, so we don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, that sounds like a not fun time.
Yeah.
So also avoid trying to eat them. And I look at the skinny, empty abyss that's sitting over there just...
Not the one that just ate a bug in front of you. Smart.
That's why I mentioned city bugs. And then I started thinking about Bug's life.
But you are not a beautiful butterfly.
Beautiful.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
Are you guys gonna do anything at all, or what?
Probably not, let's be honest.
We're,
Yeah,
we are
let's
having a
face it.
fantastic conversation.
We're having conversations, we're planning, we're doing
Okay.
things. Make sure we don't get eaten. Or they're
First
eaten.
hour down.
Yeah.
Let's split up and go get the supplies that we need.
I'll go with the supply party.
Okay.
I'll go with the party that's going to the temple.
I feel as the party cleric, I probably should go that way.
So we got 3 for party, or 1 for the voodoo doctor, and 1 for supplies.
2 for the voodoo doctor.
I'll be on supplies.
I'm counting myself.
Supplies? I'll help with that. I know exactly what season needs to get.
We got 3 and 3.
2 and 4.
2 and 4.
For
Because no one
supplies.
Huh? Oh yeah. Because Hobble didn't want to go for supplies. Hobble wanted to go. Or
Yeah, that's
Yordle
what I
wanted
was
to go.
counting me as a third for that.
Okay, yeah, 3 and 3 then.
Well, then before we go, I want to give my gold to Ward and then ask him to pick up the water thing. Then,
Water
unless he
thing.
comes across something that works else, that's 50 gold.
All of your gold?
50 of it. So
Okay.
So
I
all
mar-
of
I
you've
mark
got
myself as having 99.
all of you've got water skins, right?
Mm. Mm.
Good.
An excellent question.
That'll be in your pack if you have one. I think all of them do.
I think almost every pack has a water skin.
Yeah.
I have a Dungeoneer's pack, which means I should. Yeah, there's one water skin. Ta 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 ta.
You guys may want a couple, since your guide told you that you need to drink 2 gallons of water a day. And the rain catchers, while you can like set them up and there's like a container at the bottom, it's like a giant bowl and not super great for carrying things around.
So we can't just front load the water drinking?
Just drink all the water up front.
Well, I can tell you can
can
try.
certainly try.
You will definitely lose all that water about an hour into the walk. And let's be honest, this thing's going to work out like Lord of the Rings for a while. How long we've been walking? About 3 movies.
Yeah.
About 3 movies. You'll be fine.
Okay, so which thing do we want to handle first? Supplies or going to meet?
The supplies is probably simpler.
Yep.
But you guys get to decide what happens first in this particular scenario, so you let me know.
That's easy. We get the supplies we talked about. Do the RP.
Okay. So you guys each want a rain catcher. They cost 1 gold piece each and weigh 5 pounds. You can Pim's your message. Pim's asked if you guys can find a decanter of endless water in the city. I will. I want to see how rare that is, because I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know either.
it's uncommon.
There we go.
Okay. So you can try. Wakanga
Okay.
is the guy you'd have to talk to if you want to see, because he's the guy with the
Wakanda
magical.
forever.
Made
Look-
that
look-
joke first session.
And now
Thought-
second
thought
session,
you'd
we're
be
gonna make that
proud.
joke every time we hear his
Yep.
name. Let's be honest.
You better believe I am.
So
So
if
how's
you
your
guys
night going,
wanna go
Aubrey?
RP talking to
Thanks for
Wakanda
Happy
and
Friday.
see if-
Also,
seeing if he
Happy
has
International
something like
Women's
that for
Day.
you.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We can try it.
Glad you're
Make
excited
it
for
do
D&D.
if you can.
I also need to go get something to drink. 'Cause
Do we
Um,
know what that might cost?
Anywhere from 100 to 500 gold coins for an uncommon item.
Hmm.
I will chip in my money for that if it comes to needing to get it.
That's why I gave
I-
you 50. I was hoping, I
Yeah.
was kind of hoping with the little bug in your ear.
I have 99.
No bugs. Bugs are bad.
I can give
I'd
you
like
another.
to-
I can give you my full 60 if you think it would help.
If we're gonna split, okay. So as a party, are we gonna split the price? Try and split the price as much as we can.
Not a horrible idea. Endless water that can also be used offensively.
Are we grabbing Are we attempting to find one of these decanters instead of, like, food and rain catchers?
Food's not.
This
gonna
would be
an
instead
issue.
of the rain catchers.
While they do this,
Also,
I
while
need
you
a
shop,
drink.
the Grand Souk, right? That's the one. The Red Bazaar is the one that has all the shit.
All right, so
The Red
I'm
Bazaar
gonna leave this up
has the Grand Souk is where you might find
because
something like a
this
decanter
is
of endless
interesting.
water.
I'm gonna
but
move
the
this a
Red
little bit,
Bazaar
and now I'm
is
gonna go
gonna
get a
have the
drink.
sort
I'll
of
be
stuff
right
that
back,
you're
guys.
looking for. Rain catchers cost 1 gold. A gourd that's filled with insect repellent that has about 20 uses of insect repellent is also 1 gold. and a canoe, which would normally hold 6 medium creatures, and since there are 7 of you and 2 of you are small, we'll put you in one canoe, it'll be fine. That's 50 gold.
Okay.
Yes, Daishan, how can I be of service?
If, say, for instance, you're surrounded by magical force as an armor effect, do you need bug repellent if they can't reach you?
If you're gonna sleep in that armor, you'll be fine.
Magic, it's a magic effect.
Oh, does it? So it's. I mean, how does it work? Okay, let me look at the
It's
text.
the mage armor incantation for the invocation for the warlock.
It's essentially mage armor, but it doesn't cost me a spell slot or any components. So I just go, wah, go to sleep.
Yeah.
It
Here's
increases your, let's see, protective magical force.
That's interesting.
surrounds
Him
you
dyeing
until
his
the
hair
spell
blue.
ends.
Okay.
I do like
It's-
blue hair.
It doesn't have a limit on how many times you
It
can
always
do
seems
it.
to look pretty good
So-
on most people.
He could essentially do, sleep,
Every 8
wake
hours,
up.
just yeah. I mean, you'd probably be fine.
Probably.
Probably. You can try it and find out.
We could also just like, how long does one charge of insect repellent last?
24 hours.
24
You
hours?
can also buy a block of like a candle of incense for a silver piece that like works for an area.
So a citronella candle.
Yes.
Except effective.
You can take those with you, so.
Well, the gourds are 20 days worth.
Right.
The
Uh,
incense lasts for 8 hours
Yeah.
and works for a 20-foot radius area.
Do we want to
Incense
just
is-
get 7 gourds?
Yeah, that's probably the better idea
Yeah.
because incense has the catch of it rains a lot and it's
Yeah.
based on fire.
Also, if someone
Find a
in the
cave,
party
sleep for the
really
night,
good-
and put the rain catchers out.
if someone in the party is really good with stuff, they might be able to make more insect repellent too.
You could try and roll and see if you can figure out what's in it.
What role would that be? Just like
Roll for
Uh,
repellent.
creature?
Alchemy.
Do you have an herbalism kit or an alchemy?
I have an herbalism
so
kit.
You could use herbalism.
Of course,
Okay.
Barry Boy does.
So
Yep.
you
Barry
have
Boy,
to-
Barry Bonsover has already learned some shit, so
it would be survival and some sort of intelligence skill so like survival to try to figure out like if the things you find in the wild are the things that are in there, and some kind of intelligence roll to see if you can figure out what all of the ingredients are. I
would
think.
that be something I can roll with medicine?
Medicine might also work for that.
Yes, I would
So
take
survival and medicine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can deal with that later.
Okay.
I will make those rolls at some point. So we need 50 gold between the party, ideally, for a canoe. We need 7 gold for the insect repellent. Do we want to stick with the like easy commodity and grab rain catchers and kind of maybe look at a decanter later on?
That might be good for right now.
Yeah.
My thought process on the matter is at least see if they have them and see how much they are.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like if we can afford one,
I
wouldn't
think
be
that's
the
probably
worst-
that's
wouldn't be
probably
the worst
the
idea.
good idea for now is figure out if we can get one and how much it'll be.
Then we can save up for it.
And then when it's too much, we come back.
So we would probably need one rain catcher each,
At
or
least one.
At least one.
The guy who's selling rain catchers, when you go talk to him about rain catchers, tells you that they hold up to 8 gallons of rainwater each.
Like we need 2 gallons a day?
Yes.
Okay.
Each.
Each, yeah.
For every inch it rains, it collects a couple gallons of water.
Okay.
That's a hell of a mechanism. That's a hell of a mechanism.
It's a centroid. Centroid of the mechanism.
Do we want to go with 3 ring catchers then?
Sure, I've already got 2 on my sheet.
You've got 2 on your sheet? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just doing 3 because then it's an even 60 gold.
Jules, don't I actually already have one from previous runnings and shit?
Okay, who all already has one? Because I think Steak has one.
No,
Steak
No,
had
Steak
one.
doesn't.
Had
I
one.
had one. I know they exist. I don't have
He
one.
lost one in the.
Used it as a parachute. So we have at least one in the group already.
So it sounds like we've got 3, which is that's a lot. That's what? I don't know the math on that.
24 gallons?
24 gallons. There we go.
It's better to have more. Like,
Yeah.
there might be things that happen. That might tip
Yeah,
over.
that's true.
Who knows? There may not be rain for a long time, and we only
Okay.
get a little bit.
I'll still grab 3.
Jules is gonna drown us in rain.
I have a table for this, boys.
I have a
Knowing
table
our
for
luck,
a lot
it
of
won't rain
things.
in the rainforest.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, we could try the Grand Souk first and find out if they have it, and just see what they would charge for it before we
Yeah,
go pick up these things.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Let's start there.
Yeah, go price things and then make the decision based off of how much things are.
Exactly.
we
It's
already
not
get all
like
of
we
the-
have to go to a completely different town to get to the other place, right? So it's the Grand Souk
Yeah.
for magic stuff, and
place
then
over there.
the Red Marcus for
Red
the
Bazaar,
other place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we check with the souk. We see if we get the thing in an affordable manner. If not, we set up a payment plan and then come back later for it, so he doesn't sell it out from under us, and then we go pick up the other things.
I got no problems with it.
Okay, so you guys are going to the Grand Souk to see if you can find someone who deals in magic items who has a decanter of endless water.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I know this is weird, but I really
you
like
go into
it
the Grand.
when like
So
for
the
good
Grand
background
Souk
sound
is an
that you get that
indoor,
random chortle out of the middle of stuff.
like-
Ha! Yordle the turtle chortles.
ancient
these
wild
bad, I know,
Chultan
but I don't care.
strip mall.
I thought you were gonna say stripper.
No, like
Strip
it's
club.
like you know, different booths, like, and it's
Flea
fancy,
market?
but there are like at a like counters,
What'd you say?
at small shopping stalls where people are selling their wares. But
Flea
it's very
market.
high end glass cases.
Renaissance Fair.
Strip mall.
Market con.
Fucking fancy strip mall, okay? But
Basically, it's Chilton Walmart.
no,
Chilton Mart.
Walmart is the Red Bazaar. It's different.
Sorry,
No,
it's,
this
it's
is-
Chilton Best Buy.
This is Chilton, like Nordstrom. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
So a Whole Food Market?
I know what that is. We have those now.
I don't. So,
Oh my
but
god,
I'm not there,
Steak.
so it doesn't matter.
Get out of the
Wrong.
house every now and then.
It's not one of those in my
Uh,
state, so.
You see a man standing in his stall. He has a short salt and pepper gray beard and dark brown skin, and he's wearing like a hat that's close to his head that's brightly colored, and he says he welcomes you to his stall and asks if there's anything he can help you find. You see that he has like what looks like some spell scrolls like inside the case, like that are in little boxes that are open and like labeled, and he's got a couple of potions. This looks like the magic guy.
And we tell him we're looking for a bottle that'll give us enough water for our trips.
He
And
strokes
I also compliment on him on his beard while stroking my beard.
he smiles at you and strokes his beard and thinks and asks he says that he thinks that you might be looking for something like an alchemy jug or something like that, but he doesn't have one on him currently. He has seen things like that be sold. He says these sort of things sell out very quickly. Adventurers going into the jungle and all. I did actually roll for that, by the way. I rolled a d6 on a 6. He would have had it, but otherwise, no.
Okay.
The point is, we went, we looked, he don't have it, we walk out.
We now know he does have them at times, which means it's worth checking back in with him.
If you find yourself having one, send word to the booming dragon.
Thundering Lizard,
To the booming dragon in.
and he says,
Care of the hungry one. They'll know who he is.
"Booming dragon." Ah,
This,
the Thundering Lizard.
Yes.
All right. If I have something like that come in, I'll remember you lot. You look like interesting people. And
Really?
We're gonna hear that a lot, aren't we?
Yep.
Yep.
It's a polite way of saying, y'all are fucking weird.
Didn't realize this town turned into a tourist haven all of a sudden.
And I turn away and start walking out.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if these guys are. Yeah.
He said, and he says before you leave, he says, "Did you want a potion of healing or something before you go out into the jungle? It's a dangerous place, you know."
We heard.
They might not be a terrible idea, but I'm not there. So
I thought you were. Oh, who is here?
It's you,
Okay.
Shaggy, and Finkelknob.
yeah,
So 2 of our casters who probably have like
the
spells to heal
paladin
themselves.
and the cleric went to the temple. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
What's the price on your potions?
He says, for a potion of healing, 60 gold pieces.
I lean over the counter and I go, "Are you sure? Like, can we talk to some sort of an arrangement?"
Make a persuasion check.
We have already guaranteed him our business.
Ooh,
I rolled a
Oh.
1.
Yeah, he says, "My prices are very fair."
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are.
Is he the only stall in here?
No, but he's the only one who has like potions and scrolls and stuff. Like there's like 8 different stalls, and everybody seems to be selling something different. There's one lady who's selling jewels. There's someone who's selling fancy weapons.
Tell you one thing. I suspect that the actual Shaggy is pissed at the fact that I've stolen his identity because I haven't rolled a good roll on this fella ever.
Okay. Yeah, that's there are other stalls in here, but he's the only one who seems to be a seller of magic items.
Gotcha. So with that, I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
I'd like to speak to the woman with fancy weapons.
Okay. She introduces herself as Ikine.
Paul.
Wasted one. Look at that. I actually got a real roll.
You
on it.
waste.
Damn.
Paul. Do you have any arrows of any kind?
Yes.
Magical?
Yes. She points to a selection of arrows. Shit. Okay, real book, because finding it in there is going to be a pain in the ass. She shows you a selection of fancy arrows that you have detect magic as a. Oh, it's a daily though.
Yeah,
so
it's a daily.
She tells you that these arrows, there's like 4 of them that she has. She at least claims that these are magic arrows.
And what do they do?
Um, they don't miss their target. They're +1 arrows.
Okay. And how much do they cost?
That's the part I'm looking for. She also, since you're standing there, shows you these fancy. She has like she explains to you what this Chultan weapon is. It's called a Yikalwa, and it's a like a 3-foot long staff with an obsidian blade on the end. Looks very imposing. It's cool.
Oh, that gets me right in the temperance.
Why can't I find? They're here
Aw,
somewhere.
Papo.
Oh, there we go.
Buck, buck,
20
buck.
gold each.
20 gold
Uh,
each.
Yep.
Uh,
She also has magic Yikalwas, magic daggers, and a magical wooden shield.
how much are this Ticklepa?
She giggles at your way of saying it and says Yikalwa, and says that it's 200 gold pieces.
Mm.
Wait, for a standard one?
No, for a magic
Oh,
one.
for
Okay.
yeah.
All right, I thought that was for the standard one. I'm like,
No,
Jesus,
no.
that's a lot for a
In the Red Bazaar, you could find them for sale, like a regular one, but
Okay.
this one is magic.
Hit the seller's market, say.
For now, I think I'm a little strapped. I will keep you for consideration. Thank you.
She
Slowly
bows a little
turn.
bit and says, "I understand. I know I'll see you again soon."
If I see you at
Yickle.
all.
Yickle.
Mhm.
I'm good. That's
Alright.
all I needed.
Fucking Pan are having a stare off.
Yep. I have the high ground.
Barf.
Little
Okay.
rock.
Wow, I would
Okay.
never have guessed that spelling.
Jills, there's not enough vowels in that.
The
I know.
only yeah, the only reason I know that's how it's spelled is I was thinking about making that keeper's weapon.
I think they just let a cat walk on the keyboard when they're writing this,
Oh.
and then whatever.
I mean,
This is how Warden would spell it.
Tickle law.
And you said it's some kind of spear?
Yeah, it's like a glaive, basically.
Oh. So this is how Shaggy would spell it.
So instead of having like an arrowhead point, it's like an 18 or 20-inch blade made of sharpened obsidian.
Ooh, fancy.
Sounds
Oh.
really imposing, actually.
Big pointy stick.
Do all the undead here have like
Stick.
glowy blue eyes and like
Correction.
blue
That's what we
skin?
call it.
Really?
Actually, F in chat, they got rid of the thunder cannon in the rework.
Yep, it's
Is
gone.
It's just gone.
is it Sam Rainwater?
He now gets
Oh,
magical
yeah.
turrets,
Does
though.
he
I know, it's so
know
much
some
better.
things?
Yeah.
Magic.
I suppose I need to rework that that character I was putting for your game then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I won't have to worry about it because you're taking forever to start.
Yeah, I am doing that too.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys leave the Grand Souk. The other party, in the meantime, has been headed toward the Temple of Savris in the city. It's freaking huge. And the outside of it, like up high on the outside, there are like the eyes of Savris that are like sparkly. They kind of look like gemstones, and the sun shines down on them, and like there are like little prisms of rainbows. It's very pretty. Looks
Cat's
very
paradise.
Seriously though, hope you don't have a problem with eyes. You won't like it in there.
Bubby.
What do you all want to do?
Going in looking for Grandfather Zatembe.
Oh, it's our turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We get to do
it's
this
our
thing now.
turn. It's
Sorry
our
for taking
turn
so
down
long.
here.
When you walk in, you can see you're in like an entrance
BRB.
chamber. There's through another set of doors. There's like it's the doors are they have like cutouts, and inside you can see an altar and you can see people praying. Out here you see like bowls for donations. There are people milling about and talking to one another. Um, let's see. Do any of you know anything about what's important to Savris?
Eyes.
I'm
Eyes?
gonna go out on a limb and say yes.
Okay. Uh,
You want a religion roll otherwise?
yeah. If you. Okay. So you, Calf, Keeper knows that Savris is the god of fortune tellers, diviners, and wizards, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yordle, you know that the most important thing to followers of Savris is telling the truth, and that if you lie here and someone catches you, you're likely to get in trouble.
Why is everyone looking at the little dragon one?
That's a really good question, actually.
Okay. So a young Cholton woman comes up to you when you enter and bows to you and says, "How may I be of service?"
Am I going to take point?
Nudge the.
I mean, I
Or
would,
Bulk.
but I suck at RP, so.
I mean, you're not going to learn unless you try.
I mean, I can learn by watching for now, though.
No, you can't.
You've
That's-
been watching for months, dude.
That's a very, you know what?
This is just like accents.
Okay,
You never practice.
You know what?
Practice.
Fine. I'll take point on this one, I guess.
So she was looking up to she's like 5'2". She was looking up at the turtle and way up at the
It's just.
Little furry
Uh,
claw going.
Does
As
she
she
get
looks
whiplash
up
from
at
looking down?
Keeper, the Attack on Titan theme plays.
All right. Well, I guess I'll open with a bow back and whatever the appropriate greeting would be from one to the other. If that makes sense.
Yo, sap.
She looks down, looks a little bit confused, and says, "Hello, little one. Welcome to the Temple of Savris."
Thank you. We were brought here on business of trying to solve the death curse, and we were hoping that someone here would be able to guide our way a little bit before we
She
head out.
looks confused. Death curse?
Is that not what it's actually called to the people? I
The,
thought that's what we established it was called.
The magics surrounding healing and bringing people back to life are becoming flawed. We need your your help. A help of someone called Grandfather Tempe.
Oh, Grandfather Zitembe is the high priest of the temple. He's very busy, but I could see if I could get you an audience with him.
Please, we are working on behalf of a Sindra Sylvain, and she is a friend of what's his Wakanga.
Okay. Well, There's actually one other thing that I'd like to ask you. You're adventurers, right? She seems like young and she's a little bit like she's not quite sure. She's like,
My,
you're adventurers, right?
You want to be
whatever
adventurer
gave
like
that
us?
away.
uh, see, I've been having dreams that are disturbing. Um, Grandfather Zitembe gave me permission to pursue any information that I could find, but the come over here with me. She pulls you to the side. You've been like standing in front of the door, and she like beckons you over to like an out of the way corner and says, uh I've been having visions of uh wizards, evil wizards hiding somewhere in the Eldani Basin, and I I don't know. I wish I knew more about exactly what was going on, but it feels important, and I feel the hand of Savras in my dreams, and I think it's important that someone investigates
Touching her
what's
in her
going on
dreams.
in the Eldani Basin and with these wizards. Is that something that you think you might be able to help me with?
It's a wizard, Harry.
Very much so.
We can certainly try to check into it.
Okay. Let me go and see if I can if I can find Grandfather Zatembe and if he has time to speak with you. I would really appreciate if there's anything that you could find out. Information is important to us here, and like I said, I feel like this is something the god wants us to find out more about.
Of course.
Out of character for a second. Did you give a name? Because I didn't catch it. If you did, for this lady.
The her name is Inete.
Okay.
Inete.
Inete. Yep. She's an acolyte of Savras. She's wearing like light blue robes, and you can tell like brand new. You can see from the ages of the temple people, like the young people seem to be wearing white, and then the older these people get, the darker blue their robes are,
Mm,
and she's wearing light blue robes.
Okay.
okay.
Um,
Hi, you two.
so
Sorry.
she goes away.
Hey, doggos.
What are you guys' passive perceptions?
Not
14.
good.
14.
12.
11.
Okay, not horrible.
Apologies if you hear the doggos.
That'll be fine.
Yes, because
So-
we're so sad we heard.
The doggos.
So she bustles away, and she comes back about 10 or 15 minutes later and offers you guys seats and says, "Wait here, Grandfather Zatembe is in a meeting right now, but when I told him that you were adventurers who needed to speak to him about something important, he said that he would meet with you as soon as he could." So she like shows you to like some chairs outside of his office. And as you guys wait a few more minutes, and eventually the door to his office swings open, and three guys in these like this like dark leather like shove out the door, spit on the floor, and like shove Inete as they walk out of the temple. As they come out, and Grandfather Zatembe is inside the door, and you can like see him shaking his head. And as the door swings closed, he pushes it back open and says, "Come in, come in. I'm sorry about that unpleasantness, but
Right trio
No.
of wankers they are. Right. That's a proper way to act in a temple? Sure.
Not everyone can be guided to what they should
Hospitable.
be. So
he smiles at both of you, like sort of sheepishly at Yordle, and then like with a broad smile, like you would give a slow child at at
Just
the
call me
lizard.
whatever. I've got like 7 names at this point.
100. I'm still going with Yeet. I mean, my headcanon is Yeet at this point. He just sort of looks and he just smiles and says, "You know, for someone so small, you seem like a very wise boy. Girl? Boy. He. Anyway,
Kobold.
Kobold.
I go by whatever.
My name
name,
is
whatever.
Grandfather Zitembe. I am the High Priest of Savres, and Inete seems very keen that you all speak to me about something very important. What can I do for you?
Well, one of our party who is not here with us right now. He is.
They have Kai. Apparently.
He's out. Some other important business, but he said that you might be able to help us gain some information about the location of a artifact that we are looking for. We've come to the port on behalf of a woman from Baldur's Gate named Syndra? Sylvain?
All right.
AFJ. Cute.
Yeah, I screwed it up. That's supposed to be a K.
I think it's just as fine.
Pull the stick.
She is friends with the merchant prince Wakanga, and it was suggested to us by one of our people that you might be able to help us find the soulmonger.
Help us.
I suppose I could consult the guides on the matter, but what makes you think it has anything to do with Chult?
That's really, really
what
cute,
brings
Aubrey.
you here to my door instead
Oh,
of
mustache.
anywhere else in
Mustache
Toril?
cat.
The balance. I'm sure, even though you deal in a different realm of divine than I do, I'm sure you can tell there's an imbalance happening.
I've
Spells
heard.
are
Go ahead.
spells are of a certain nature are not working like they are supposed to.
He strokes his chin and says, "I've heard a rumor about resurrection, but it couldn't possibly have anything to do with Chult."
Our benefactor. Yes, thank you. Thank you, quiet voice from the void. Our benefactor seems to believe otherwise.
I'm as I'm sure you can tell, I'm a busy man, and after dealing with unpleasantness like what you just witnessed, I'm sorry about that again, by the way. Not everyone is as kind or as deferent as those who understand the divine. By the way, because of your passive perception, Kaf, you noticed that the thug-looking dudes who left were wearing Zent crests.
Yes, we may have had some dealings with that group. of people before. They seem to have a different idea of how working together actually works.
Mm. Understand that consulting the guides is a process that takes time. And while I understand that this is very important to your mission, it's a challenging thing to do. So I'm not sure if it's something that I have the time for. Make a persuasion check.
Oh, good lord. Well, at least it's not an intelligence-based check. I'm still not rolling great today.
Oh, more.
He says, um, if I have time, I'll look into it. Perhaps when you're, I assume that you're on the way for some kind of adventuring. Um, if if you're back in the city to resupply, uh, come and check again, and I'll see if I've found any information.
I suppose we can look into your uh I'm sorry. I've been a lone practitioner for a long time. What would you call our friend who brought us in here? Your not disciple, but
Inete? Inete is an acolyte of Savras.
acolyte. Yes, that's it. Maybe we could go and check out her dream that she said she had, her vision.
The crimson robed wizards.
Oh, she
I'm
did not mention the color.
This is a dream that she has told me much about. We've been looking for information since she started having those dreams a few weeks ago. I she asked me if she could hire a guide and go and see what was there, but I thought it was too dangerous a mission for someone so young. But any information that you could bring would be appreciated.
If we
I'm sorry, I showed up.
dude,
God. Ooh.
let me freaking get to it. I am playing someone with a slow accent. That does not mean that I am slow.
Oh no! This is just running with the voice from the void earlier on. I'm chuckling maniacally at it. Oh, shut up.
All right.
Thoughts are just voices from the void.
That's what
It's
they
bad.
are.
It's bad when the void answers back. Anyway,
Not always. That's when it tells you to murder people.
if we were to help look into this for Annette, for the temple, would it be possible to see if we could make time?
Need some sort of finders. At least I do.
I mean,
I'm,
if nothing else, it seems as though Savras knows what he's doing, and I'll just kind of pull out my holy symbol for a second and just kind of show it and then tuck it back in under my armor.
He looks at you intently.
I mean, Sovereign is a god. They're not, so generally know what they're doing.
He seems to know what he's doing in this case. For I don't believe that fate would align this luckily. He has
God,
gotta have it.
of course it doesn't.
Question from the person that has to crane their body in half in order to see your holy symbol.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the symbol of Savras.
Gotcha. So why have I been talking?
Because I've been terrified I'm gonna say something wrong and haven't wanted to speak up.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
I
Exactly.
don't want to mess things up.
Where's
Yeah,
the fun
well,
in that?
Just
Welcome
tell
to
them your
D&D.
thoughts of cannibalism.
Didn't you fall into
My point.
an underwater stream of shit in the sewers at one point?
Anyway,
He
Anywho.
looks down at you and says, "Are you a follower of Savris?"
Indeed. He gave me a chance at life I wouldn't have otherwise. Figured it was only right.
Why are the tall ones doing all the talking?
Because I'm bad at words.
Seem fine right now.
I'm internally terrified.
Throw up her.
Just
I'm
pretend
a
you're
woman.
playing Siege. You seemed plenty talkative then.
That's
roll,
different.
roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Persuasion. Da, 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 da.
Okay. He says, for a brother, a follower of Savris, I can make the time. It does take a day, though, even if I begin immediately to consult the guides on something like this. If you'd like to come back tomorrow, I'll see what the god deigns to reveal to me.
All right. That should align. We're not leaving until tomorrow, so.
Morning. We're leaving tomorrow morning. So if it takes 24 hours to do this, it's what? What time is it, Jules?
Probably
It's-
11:30 or 12, if I had to guess.
It's a couple hours into the day. But he says that if you come when the temple opens in the morning, he'll let you know what he's found.
All right.
Is this before daybreak or like well after daybreak?
The temple opens with the sun.
Alright.
Impatient, shelled friend.
It's just, you know, out in the jungle, need as much light. You should know this, Great Father.
I don't spend much time in the jungle, actually.
You don't need to, you just listen to your people who come back and tell you woes of the jungle. Isn't that right? That is kind of what you... Right? I'm seriously asking here, I'm not just blowing fluff up your skirts or anything, I'm actually asking. That's something you do.
Listen to people's troubles.
Fucking love this turtle.
Yeah.
Same.
mood.
Savris is a god of knowledge, and so if someone has troubles that are true and deeply held and strongly felt, of course this is something that one could tell to Savris. I also pay attention to what's going on in the jungle for other reasons, but yeah. Again, I had better speak with the guides and see what information I can find for brother Kobold here.
Sister Kobold? Brother Kobold?
I
Kobold.
don't think it actually matters that much in this particular one.
Alright.
Friend,
I think brother's
Kobold.
just kind of a universal term for this
Sure.
one.
Might wa-
or-
friend.
you might want to give him your name.
I mean, I don't
Right.
even have your names, so...
That is yeah, nah. I don't know. Araj. Araj here.
Araj. He puts his hands in front of him and bows, and says, "If you will," and like he points to his crystal ball and says, "I have some work to do."
By all means.
So just to make sure I understand, Dr. Cube came with us to the market,
Yes.
while the other two went with Arash to the temple.
Puppies!
Distraction, puppies!
I feel like I'm missing a joke here.
Arash.
Oh. Okay. So it's just a pun.
I'm
Yeah.
just... All I'm
Yes.
thinking of is Ratatouille, and he's like, I have a little... A rush?
Like, okay. Very
The
progressive.
kobold's proper name is Araj. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, it's draconic for brass. Because I'm creative.
Gosh.
Yeah, dude, we've all. My fucking character's name is Keeper, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Yordle.
Mhm.
Self-referential Name jokes are a thing here. It's fine.
My
Yeah.
name's Fickle Knob.
Whatever
Fair.
you say, doorknob.
Fair point.
All right.
Okay,
Well, we thank you for your time, great father. Say
I
thank
am
you, kids.
I'm already pulling those two out because
I was already gonna go after he said he had work to do. I was just gonna say of course and then leave.
Yeah, we just got distracted with a rash
Yeah.
running
Anyway,
rampant.
On the way out, I wanna
Rashes
drop,
can be distracting.
On the way out, I want to
They
put a couple
can.
of gold in that offering thing at the front, just because I feel like it's appropriate.
Okay.
Which is why I
Bumblebee
saved the
tuna.
gold.
Bumblebee tuna.
So that's
Bubble.
Bumper.
Burr, burr, burr.
Bumper's like, oh no, I must escape.
He's so
Escape.
He's like, "Oh, no."
So in my channel, there's a person by the name of Psycho Hedgehog, and they just said that they have
Hi,
a
Psycho.
Yuan Ti bard named Sneck Singer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
perf.
Okay.
I mean, I will still stand by Nix and Nox.
Is there anything else that you all want to do since you now have to wait a day? Or
Gonna
are
wait
we
a day
fast
anyways.
forwarding?
Can
I
we
mean,
get?
there are other
Sure,
temples
it
and
was water.
stuff if you want. You could go wait outside the guy's stall and see if anyone brings him a decanter of endless water today. I'm gonna tell you that's not
Steak.
terribly exciting, but or likely. But I will roll for it if that's what you want.
Stake it out. Stake it out.
You guys
Wait,
like-
steak, get out?
Are you
Oh
asking
wait, you
us
gotta
to
get rid of
pitch a tent?
steak.
Is that what you're saying?
Oh no.
Some
Oh,
of us
no.
can, some of us can't.
Oh no.
+1.
So wait.
There, is that your +1?
Yeah, that works.
Ah,
So are we just gonna go meet them at the market then, or what's the plan here?
Meet
Well,
back at the
depending on when
inn,
we
pile
got
everything?
done, I think our idea was to meet back at the Thundering Lizard.
Yeah, like at a con, meet back at a central location, put everything heavy up, or that you do not need in the immediate vicinity. Go around to more booths. Let's
Yeah.
look around more booths now that we've put all the shit back and fast forward to land beyond. Be time.
Holy fucking shit.
It's a dinosaur. Sorry.
I mean, this place is full of those, though.
Ooh, what a thought.
So was Jurassic Park.
I know.
What are those?
What are
What are those?
Oh, it's the town map again.
What
Hello.
are those?
When'd you get here?
Sorry, I should have done that forever ago, but I was appreciating the stick figures too much.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
same.
We could have
Like-
just done that.
Oh god. It's huge. For such a small thing.
I actually can't do anything about that. It doesn't let me have the option to resize. Why is mine giant?
I love this group.
Mine's still giant, though.
Oh my god, why?
What?
Is that better,
Oh, there
steak?
Well, now I can't see it.
Right here.
What are
You
we?
whined
What
about
are we
being
lying?
too big. Now you're whining about it being too small. There is no pleasing you.
No pleasing.
That's what
No
she said.
pleasing. Wow. Especially on International Women's Day.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks for playing D&D, everybody.
We're gonna kill somebody.
Good night, everybody.
Okay.
God.
All I gotta say is Steak is fickle about his pickle.
Yikes.
Oh no. I was wondering what these are up here, Chels.
Hey, it's been a while since this has happened. I hate all of you.
Catchphrase!
Want to know? Bubble?
What these are up here.
Volcanoes.
That's the refuse pit.
Aw.
That's the town dump, basically.
I was hoping it was like Hot Spring.
I'm hoping it was what?
Hot
Hot
Springs.
Springs
Mean-
episode.
It's
I mean,
episode
you could
2.
go
whether
find
they
out
want.
if there's a hot spring underneath the garbage pit. There may be something extra fun and special waiting for you under there. You don't know.
That's ominous DM voice. Don't fall
That
for
is very ominous.
That
DM
feels like
voice.
railroading. Let's go to the beach.
it.
Okay.
What if that is the beach? What if that's where the three-eyed fish is?
Okay.
Hello, where are you? There we go.
Hey, about that gladiator.
Yeah.
Should we?
Yeah, do I know him?
Do we wanna-
Okay.
Have I seen any of his fights?
Do we want to take care of this without?
You know his name.
Okay.
That's not my name.
If you've spent time watching the fights and stuff, yeah, you've probably he's a pretty well-known gladiator. You've seen him fight.
Okay.
Is there a follow-up
I haven't
question
been
there?
chatting a
Yeah.
whole lot. I have finished dyeing
Lost
Eric's
my
hair.
target.
I think that
Now I'm
we can
reballing
take him.
yarn.
Like,
And I'm going to crochet a blanket. Ooh.
Side
That's cool. Ooh, that's not that cool. But you
So is that a no?
lost 25, Aubrey.
or-
Been pretty busy today, haven't you?
In,
What else
video
have you been
games
doing
where
today?
You see a character and they have that skull above their head.
okay.
Don't touch that.
That'd be a no.
So he's a boss monster.
I mean,
Or like you
just
walk
gonna
into a
put it out,
video game
lads.
area and suddenly you realize
you've
everything
seen
there is
him, like they've pit him against like, 20 commoners before in the
Okay.
arena, and he just like mows them down.
Okay.
So
just
that's a
gonna point something
comeback
out,
when we're
lads.
like level
Mhm.
5 thing.
We have some ranged attacks. The city has a lot of corners and places. We could kite him. It'll take all night.
We're
but
going
we
to
could
get to
kite him
So,
all night
It's
in-
long.
like that scene from Monty Python.
So, like, instead
Life
of
of Brian.
fighting a gladiator, we're having running of the bull?
Well, it's more walking away from him as fast as he walks towards us while pinging him with anything we can throw in his general direction.
Dude,
I mean,
look, I
Yep, so
Bob
Monty
is a
Python.
dinosaur jockey. He might not be a match for a dinosaur. You don't know.
dude, as much as I appreciate the kiting method,
What if I pretend to
just
be
had
him?
You just what?
You pretend to be him and let me beat you up, and then take your money.
I mean, come on. Think about how
I'm
awesome this
where
would be.
is
It'll
going.
work like this. Oh no, there he is. Quick, get him, lads. Run.
See, here's the thing. If I hadn't already had a game within the recent history where we were kiting and firing and missing a
Well, that's
lot,
the
I'd
thing,
say
Final
go with
Fantasy.
it.
Speaking of
Oh,
which,
God.
you may have noticed I shouted out Half Naked Zombie earlier on. Sometimes she plays Final Fantasy 4.
Oh. Yeah.
True.
Sometimes I play it on stream.
True, 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 true.
Okay, so here's a question: is that red market area or whatever you called it between the Temple of Sovereigns and this tavern that we're staying at?
The temple you're staying at is kind of in the Red Bazaar.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was curious if I had seen any of those weapons that I've already forgot the pronunciation of. Yikwas?
Ridiculous.
You've walked by. When you walked through, you saw someone selling Yikwas. Sure,
Okay.
like the standard variety.
I mean, that's all I could afford, especially since I gave Pims all my money.
Yickle
You really, really
I
have
kinda wanna
been
buy
busy,
one just
Aubrey.
so
Damn.
someone has one in the party.
Go, Aubrey. Go, Aubrey. Do them things, Aubrey.
They're, like,
Damn.
right here. Where
Go,
we are.
Aubrey.
I'm not proficient, so.
Well, what are they considered?
Dude, they're
It's- yeah, it's-
simple weapons.
Yeah, it's a simple weapon.
Oh, never mind. Okay. No, I am proficient. Why do I have? Hang on. Apparently, I have short sword proficiency and also simple and martial weapon proficiency.
One is from your race and one is from your class, probably.
Probably. Let me fix that.
Isn't a short sword basically a dagger to you proportionately?
Probably.
I mean, it's a
No,
long
they're
sword.
they're Fearbolt short swords. They're They're proportional.
Ooh, barbecue tomorrow. I want
Okay.
some.
Bastard sword.
Have some ribs for me, man.
Hand and a half. Got it.
So, do you actually want to buy one?
Yeah, screw it. Might as well have one. Never know. Might come in handy.
All right.
Boy.
I gotta look up the price. Sorry, it's not a thing that I know offhand.
Thought you said it was 2 gold.
Did I?
I don't I thought I heard you say that.
Was it fuck? Ouch.
Is it fuck? Oh, that's
It's
a
not
weird
fuck.
number.
Special.
You know,
item.
some cultures take sexual favors as a currency.
True.
1 gold piece.
From a kobold?
Okay.
It's
Might get a rash.
it's
I'm going to stab all of you.
Something's gonna
Uh,
chafe, we know that much.
I'm stabbing all of you. I
it's
know where you all stand.
1d8
I don't know.
piercing.
I don't want to know what a
Okay.
eat job is.
And it has the thrown weapon property, but it's
Okay.
not well balanced for throwing. So
it
its
can
range
be thrown, but it really shouldn't be.
its range is 10 30.
Okay.
So
is
10,
it
10 feet with a regular
all right.
whatever, and 30 feet at
one-
disadvantage.
One or two-handed. Just
It's versatile.
okay. That's even better. Cool. So D8 versatile D10. I'm guessing because I guarantee you this thing isn't in the compendium.
Question:
y-
Are you a small creature or a medium creature?
I am a small
Oh.
creature.
That means it's too big for you unless you got monkey hands.
Oh, is
talked
it
about this
considered a large
earlier.
weapon or a heavy weapon?
It's not heavy. Its properties are versatile and thrown, which
Okay.
means so the
Yeah, but I mean, don't they make small people versions of it so that the small people can do it? Or did they not do that?
We
with the
had
tradition?
we had this discussion at the top of the stream. They did away with that rule.
Actually, rules is written. There is heavy. I was reading earlier.
Yeah.
Heavy is that a small creature or smaller takes disadvantage with attacks. So if you want me to change my my axe, I can.
we'll just say that because yours came with you, right? Like you've
Mhm.
been using it for a long time. You
Okay.
like chopped it down to size. It's fine.
Okay.
Uh,
So
So it's like a 3-foot wooden shaft with an 18-inch blade on the end. Hi, hello. Phrasing. We're good. It's fine. It's D8 whether you use it one-handed or two-handed.
okay, so it's
Is that also
versatile, but it
phrasing?
doesn't.
Phrasing.
So the long black staff is two-handed or one-handed?
Yes,
how are
it
weapons
is.
set up? Properties, versatile. Okay, that's how.
Depends on how big you are.
Oh God!
it's
just-
Yeah, I gotta add this.
I know I
in
meant
because it doesn't
Wakanda forever,
exist
but
in
not like
compendium.
this.
So the properties versatile thrown. I got 2 of them because I figured why not. Item type.
And like as you've like the statues and stuff that you've seen and the carvings on the sides of things, this is the weapon that you see like the traditional Chultan warriors depicted with.
So, as a matter of curiosity, obviously he's going to have to use 2 hands on the shaft. Does it curve to the left or curve to the right?
Oh,
it's-
sweet gods.
I am going to hurt all of you.
What am I doing? Why am I getting spanked?
Let Calf pee in
D8
peace. Come on, guys.
Strength plus 0. That's the damage type. No saving throw. Okay, I think I set that up right. And since you said it's versatile, I'll probably just. But the damage is the same. I'm not going to put a second one in.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just because same damage. Why?
Yeah, right.
Do you want me to have a separate one set up for thrown, or do we just want
The damage is the same, so what's it matter?
I don't know
versus-
if you're.
It's strength or dex.
Oh,
But I mean,
Right.
they're the same at the moment, so that's why I'm asking.
I don't
Doesn't
know
matter
if
then.
you're going to be able to actually throw it, considering how small you are.
I mean, you know.
He did suplex a dragon.
I
Yep.
did.
did.
I did out dude bro the dude bro. So that was a thing.
Yes, and
Accidentally throws themselves. He.
I mean, you could still do that.
How to escape quickly. Throw spear. Catch
Daft
spear
shaft.
after you throw it.
There.
You're fine now.
According to the internet, it is one of these, but spelled funny.
It's a glaive, right? Basically.
It's kind of.
It's a big, broad-headed spear, similar
Halberd?
to what's used by some of the native tribes in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
An African short spear.
We're in
it's one of
D&D
these, but spelled funny.
Madagascar.
Yeah, that makes sense with the setting.
I'm just thinking of the lemurs.
Yeah, I'm just.
I like to move it, move
Back-
it.
Guy from Assassin's
Okay.
Creed.
Move
Shake.
The savior of the universe.
Okay.
So apparently, I'm guessing it does slashing damage or is it
Piercing.
Okay.
Apparently,
just-
Aubrey likes Snake's shaft.
Stabby, point.
Oh,
Pointy,
Aubrey, you
stabby,
got better
stabby.
standards.
You're killing Gaff.
Yeah.
Three.
You're
3
hurting him
tonight.
deeply.
I don't know if I
Aqua.
count water versus Red Bull.
To be fair, every time it's happened, I've been looking at like this screen, not that screen. So,
All right.
Oh no.
It's
oh no.
so in the morning we're going back to see what's his nuts found out from Savris, right? Is there anything else in the
Yes.
meantime? Or can I go?
Raincoat.
In the
Wow.
Red Bazaar,
Yeah.
are there any like are there some like clothing dealers that might have like some nice shawls for like in the forest that might keep us cool?
Keep you cool?
Like
I'm
keep
worried
the
about
sun off our
raincoats.
head?
They do sell big, like broad-brimmed hats.
Okay.
Or a lot of
Thank
see a
you,
lot
Aubrey.
of people who are working outside wearing turbans.
Fat.
Do I need to go
Uh,
buy a pair of sunglasses, or is the pair Shaggy stole from Blue good enough? Or where'd you get those sunglasses you said in session 1? I don't remember.
I had a set,
You said you got a set like super early on.
and I said I gave them to you.
I know. I was wondering where you got those and if I should get a second pair in case they break.
Could I buy potentially 7 turbans?
You want to buy turbans? Yeah, that's fine. You can buy like so there's a really nice lady who will sell you like a turban-sized bolt of cloth for a silver piece, and she'll like show you how to wrap it and everything.
Okay.
Nah.
So I'll give 1 to Shaggy, 1 to Finkelknop, and then I'll just wrap the other 5 around my head
Okay.
to carry them.
Uh-huh. Are you guys good otherwise?
Yep.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna pee
as
and
long
then
as I have
we'll
cloak, I'm
go
good.
back to the place in the morning. I assume Shaggy is gonna eat everything in sight, and if you guys want to spend the evening rolling for more rumors, I'm cool with that after I pee.
When I
I
meet
have
back up
rolls
with
when-
Warden, though, I want the money that you didn't spend of mine back because
I spent it all. The canoe is 50 gold.
I thought we were splitting that between the party. I didn't realize one person was paying.
I'm fucking with you.
I know.
With you.
Let's all.
8 intelligence here,
You hope he was fucking.
Same. Same.
so we're not. No wonder we get along.
Yeah. He's yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say 8 intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Shaggy's smarter?
yeah.
I
Oh.
I
Yeah.
The
Oh, how's that -2 feel?
The barbarians
Or are
and
you-
the have
Oh.
intelligence in the team.
oh fan fucking tastic is how it feels.
Oh.
Yeah, because you don't know any better.
So, does that mean you
It's a
guys act
-2.
like Drax? Where someone turns around and tells you that things go over your head and you would go, it would never go over my head. I have
No
very
no
fast
no no no
movement."
no 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 no
That's
no.
wisdom.
Yeah.
That'd be wisdom and charisma.
That's
This is
that's
Star Lord.
Nyx. Nyx is the one who doesn't get the puns and would go, but I could catch it.
Welcome to Pim's Disturbing Turban Shop. Oh god. Aubrey, no.
Disturbing turban.
I'm also going to go. I'm going to go grab.
Oh my
drinks
God,
real
really?
quickly while we're waiting for people. So I'll be back.
Okie day.
So if we each chip in, what is it, around 7 or 8 gold apiece? That's enough to cover it.
The
Assuming-
total is 60 gold for 3 rain catchers, 7 gourds of insect repellent, and 1 canoe.
Oh, okay. So 60 straight across.
Yeah.
That makes it easy.
Yeah.
So chip in 10 gold.
Yeah. So steak, I'm giving you back 40 gold.
Just so you guys know, Blue has no money. No.
That doesn't surprise me.
I kind of figured. That's, yeah.
I have almost no money.
Yeah. I might have
So-
metagamed and tried to make it 60 gold so we could split it through the people here.
No, that makes it easy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So everybody knock off 10 gold and then we're good.
We're good.
And I've got 2 extra rain catchers just in case.
Okay. And then when Jills is back, I'm going to do my rolls.
Go ahead and go.
Okay. What do you want me to do first?
You're rolling for rumors, right?
I want to roll for my figuring out what the insect repellent is while they do
Oh.
rumors.
Okay. So roll a medicine check.
Okay.
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 And we're gonna say you use your herbalism kit, but I won't make you roll with the herbalism kit.
Okay.
And I have to look up a thing.
Hi, I'm extremely proficient with like medicine and shit.
You are?
So
I'm glad, because I sure as hell ain't.
I just thought of something while I was getting a drink.
Uh-huh.
We can't leave because Blue's not around.
Yeah.
I mean,
Basi- yeah.
we could
It
like
could be
leave him a
catatonic and
note.
following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pop out a bush while we're out in the
I
middle of
remember him
nowhere.
saying that like the supply
No.
crawl was his preferred way to play. So.
He would fucking airdrop while blasting fireballs out of his fingertips, regardless of if there was anything to attack. Like
Or,
that
you
would just be
know,
like,
if we had the level for it.
yeah. Wow. Flavor. Rule of cool.
Flavor.
Fair.
Bobby.
Okay.
Bobby.
So it's mainly made of 2 substances kind of suspended in a jelly, right? And you can tell that they're both
How much longer do you have to wait?
plants. One looks like
Vegan
it looks
cashew
kind of like the
veggie
root of
sushi.
something that you're familiar with, but you think it
What is
must
that?
be something from the jungle because it's not exactly the same as the plant that you know. And then the other thing seems to be like the leaves of a plant that you've seen once before, called the yacha plant, but it's not something that's common where you're used to spending time. Again, you're guessing that both of these things are things you could find in the jungle.
Okay. And as far as manufacturing this potentially?
It's a poopin' bush?
If you
Vegan cashew veggie sushi is a poopin'
if
bush.
you were to make a salve like this from like plants, like the stuff it's suspended in, you think you could probably make that
Okay.
and like brew it in the jungle and add these other things if you could find the exact right route, because you're
Okay.
not totally sure. This is like a thing that like if you want to spend time during a rest looking through the roots of plants, you might be able to find the right plant. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Sound fair?
Yep.
Okay. This is like a
Yordle.
downtime thing you could do if you wanted.
Yordle, come. Do you know? Could I describe the route to them and see if they know what it is?
You could try.
I think for this repellent, I can make some if we run out. Obviously, I'm not going to start selling it. Do you know the route? I know something like it, but I'm assuming it's local. And just
If you want to try and help, roll a nature check with disadvantage.
Me or him?
You.
Okay, just check it. Gotta check. Roll
okay.
it. Oh. Sorry,
You
mate.
don't spend much time looking at the roots of plants.
I'm not really proficient at looking at the roots of plants. I try not to unless I just trip over one and face plant. And nobody likes a face planting guide. So,
That's a shame. Shame. Okay, I will check. I will check. Thank you. That's all I got.
I've opened all the tabs. Jesus.
All the tabs.
All the
Alright,
tabs.
all the tabs.
Every
Well-
last one.
While Jules closes tabs, I have a question for Pims.
Hmm?
How much of my 50 gold did I get back? I didn't catch a number.
40.
40.
Cool.
On an unrelated note, anybody who is sitting around at this point is watching as Shaggy takes a bunch of sandwiches and kind of shuffles them together like this gif right here, right there at the table. So literally it's a case of 2 stacks of big sandwiches have just become a sandwich. But no sooner do I get it all nice and neat like that when you see this happen.
Shaggy's like some kind of like
Poppin' butt.
sandwich manter. This is weird.
Eldritch
So is it like in
Abomination.
cartoons where they're like shuffling the deck, but the deck is the sandwich, and it's just
Does he have to roll sleight of hand for shuffling the deck?
Prestidigitation.
Roll for sandwich shuffling.
It's a racial skill.
I have the subclass hippie. It gives me proficiency in sandwich shuffling.
Hannah Barbarian.
All right, that well played.
Take inspiration for trying to figure out what the salve is made of. That's very much in your character.
Oh crap! I gotta use mine at some point. Although the only roll I've done tonight already had advantage.
That's the actual like DM's inspiration thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, where'd my token go on the map?
not really small.
It's real small.
It shrank.
It's not the same color as the pathways, is it?
Yes.
Well, it's gone.
Time to
wait.
play Where's Yido?
I'll make another one. When
Where's Yeeto? Yeah, Yeeto got yeeted.
Yeah, he just disappeared.
Yeet has yote.
You know what? I'll make one if we need one.
Yeaton has been Yoten.
All the time.
Okay. What do you guys want to do with your evening? Is it just like chill, or what? Do you want to try for more rumors? Is basically what I'm asking you.
Cool going for more rumors.
Yeah, I'll go for another 2.
2. All right. So for each hour you want to spend talking with people, roll a DC 15 insight check.
Question:
Uh-huh.
Do I still have advantage because I know Chilton?
You still speak Chultan, so yes.
Okay.
We had
Wanted to make
to
sure that
get some solve
like a
for
No.
insight.
if you don't get crap. For
Okay.
the bugs, we have bug solve repellent,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
solve bug repellent, and we also have candles, like raid be gone or whatever those
Now we have to hope that
candles
this
for
isn't
mosquitoes are.
Something
A
we already know.
thing that you already know.
Well, if it is, what can you do?
Okay, so you're talking to an adventurer, right? Like an old weathered man who looks like he's been around in the jungle quite a few times. He looks like if you had to guess where he was from, he looks like he might be Calamshite, like he's from like south and east, like or from north and east on the mainland. Like you've seen people from this place in and around. Actually, you've been in the wilderness with what's his nuts, so you may have no idea. But his skin is a slightly different color than he's like not a white guy, but he's not dark brown skinned either.
Okay.
And he tells you a story about the city of Mesro. Um, Mesro was once a huge, sprawling city. You know, like now you're in Nianzaru, and Nianzaru is the main city. But 50 years ago, the only city that was really like the big city, the place to be in Chult was Mesro. Um, but it was destroyed in the Spell Plague. Uh, if you go south from here, you can find the ruins of Mesro. In fact, I think Mesro is on your map. Let's see for sure. Yep, Mesro is on your map. Okay, so he says there are ruins on the site of where Mesro is now, but those ruins are an illusion. He says, I heard a pale-skinned man whisper this to a dinosaur man with a big sword. The dinosaur man smelled like honeysuckle.
Oddly specific.
That's oddly specific and kind of ominous for as ominous as a honeysuckle dinosaur could be.
The dinosaur out
Sorry,
of nowhere.
he doesn't say dinosaur man. He says lizard man. Allow me to.
Is that better or worse?
I don't know. The lizard man smells like honeysuckle.
So my question's for Yortle the Turtle. Can anyone be a guide? Or do you have to go join a guild or something?
I thought I was unmuting myself. Well, first you gotta figure out your dues and who you have to pay them to, which prince you gotta pay them to, and then
so record which way you go.
Yeah, something like that. Then you gotta
record which way you go when you're guiding people out the door.
What was that?
Do you have to file a guide plan?
No, as long as I come back and pay my dues, pretty good with that.
So they just go, well, you went out the door, and then you came back, so you must owe us a part of the money that we're assuming you had. Or did they actually know you had a group and you went south, or you went west, or you went north?
Nah, as long as I come back, they're good. And I pay my dues on time, they're good. They're probably tracking me, but I don't want to look too far into that. Just seems a lot of hullabaloo for no reason.
But you see, the reason I'm asking is if it turns out that a bunch of guides have been taking people out in a particular direction and they haven't been coming back, that might be the direction we want to look in.
Alright, sounds like a good plan. That's where you think your thing is. We'll go that way first.
Pretty sure my thing is south. Oh, you meant, never mind.
These rumors are surprisingly helpful.
That his
It's
thing is
almost like
south.
they want you to find side quests.
Yeah.
It really does.
Those magic
Honeysuckle
rolls
smells
are-
really, really good.
Okay. You got one.
Yeah, I don't see the second rule.
Oh, really?
Above what Jill
there's an
said,
A
and then
and a
after what Jill
C.
said.
Oh.
Oh, and Oraj got 2.
You can get. You can. I can wait around for another one if you want to get to other people first.
So Cube Finkel talks to um an older
Oh, I'm
woman
sleepy as
with
fuck.
pale, like craggy white skin, who tells him that if you head up the river to Riki about 5 days by canoe, you'll see a stone spire to the east. Natives call it Firefinger. The terror folk nest there, and if they spot you, you're in for a fight. If you climb their tower, they'll throw you off of it.
So, wait, 5 days north of where was it?
If you go up the not north, if you go up, so
Okay.
picture the flow of the river, like it
Going against the
flows
current.
right.
Sleepy as fuck.
It's like the Nile. Like the river flows north. Weekly though, it doesn't slow you down that much. I'll copy it for you.
Okay, thanks.
Uh-huh. And Shaggy got one, and Keeper got one.
Yes, Panther's
So
what's
with
missing.
the stone spire,
Panther was not feeling great.
it's not on the map at all, is it?
Mm-mm.
No.
Why would it be on the map? That wouldn't be fun.
You guys can
Massive
if you want to
sleepies.
put your own mark on the map about where you think it might be.
Well, we don't know how far you go in 5 days travel.
Isn't it 1 hex a day?
1 hex a day on foot, 2 hexes a day on the river.
Okay.
So if you guys want to put a guess of where you think it is, if you like mark it for me, I can type it on for you.
So 5 days by canoe up the. So it's like that far up.
No, I think you actually went too far. I think it's one curve. Like more around here.
All right.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's about where it would
I
be.
keep forgetting you can
So, like,
segment
there?
the rulers.
Yeah.
Is that okay, somebody just put, because while I'm reading, if someone will just draw a dot or something, yeah, perfect. Okay. Diashon, the person that Shaggy talks to is telling kind of a crazy story, but says that there's a dragon turtle named Aramag that lives in the Bay of Chult. And if you wish to set sail from Portney and Zaru, you'll need treasure to appease the greedy monster. How much treasure he can't tell you, but Aramag will tell you what he wants, and you'd best give it to him, or you're not gonna make it out of the Bay of Chult alive.
This is a trading port, right?
Yes. And the people who trade here know to pay off Aramag.
I don't tell anybody because it sounds crazy.
Okay.
I think it's probably an old man in a rubber mask.
Sure. I'll still copy and paste it for you because I have been doing so. Keeper and that crit insight check.
Whew.
I drew a turtle. It's a really bad turtle, but it's there.
I like turtles.
Turtle.
You guys have gotten that one already. I know
Yeah,
you've
that turtle
gotten that
left with
one
the turtle club.
already.
Cube with the actual helpful tag. I'm just like, oh, there's a turtle? I'm gonna just draw a turtle. Because I'm helping.
Keeper, what you hear is you're talking to someone who looks like a soldier. And the soldier tells you that adventurers in the jungle better watch their back because if you come across a flaming fist patrol and you haven't purchased a charter of exploration from them at Fort Balurian, they'll attack you.
Okay.
Attack you.
Attack. Ah.
Flaming Fist are here. I forgot about that. This will be fun.
I don't
Yeah.
see that. Oh, there it is. Hold on. I got this. Oh nope, that's tiny line.
Do we have? Okay, Fort Balurian's that way.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for the night
Oh.
night notes.
Yeah, whoever's actually doing the proper text is more helpful than my drawings, but I'm gonna leave the turtle because why
Yeah, you
not?
gotta leave the turtle.
We're leaving the turtle.
Also, while I'm kind of thinking about it, and we've got the map out, Valley of Aldani. Did we ever get a location on that?
One of the rumors you heard tells you roughly where it is.
I've got that rumor actually.
If you want to, again, it's another thing that like I'll add to your map for you, or you can add to your map. It's not like something where you have an exact location.
Okay.
We're looking for the Aldani Basin, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, it says follow the river Show and Star. That's all
Okay.
I've got, but it's something. Wow, we just got like this pristine map and we're just taking like markers to it. Or I am at least.
Color outside the lines.
Yep.
Everyone else is like useful. Turtle drawing.
Look at the turtle.
Oh, and you
Not even a
you
good
got
turtle.
I mean,
you
it is
got
what
a
your
second,
character would do.
You got a second rumor, didn't you, Steak?
Yeah, but I was in no rush. Also-
Your second rumor, someone kind of whispers to you. They look kind of crazy, right? Like there's like leaves just like braided into their clothing, and they look a
Oh.
little unkempt and like.
Just a druid.
That's what I was thinking. I hear druid.
And
Druid again?
the person tells you the jungle
Oh,
is
Gus the
filled
Brat.
with nature spirits, you know. Weird little elemental creatures with masks. They don't speak, and I've never known one to be harmful, but their magical powers should not be taken lightly.
That's helpful.
I'm just gonna pause the playlist that I have going. That's all nature sounds because that just creeped me out.
You'll be
I
fine.
feel like that rumor is really helpful and it's gonna come up.
Yeah, just a bit.
Just a bit.
I'm thinking of the little spirits from Akira,
Akira.
the anime.
Princess Mononoke?
Not yeah. I think
Yeah.
you're thinking of the Kokopuri from Princess Mononoke.
I think both of them have them.
Isn't Akira's like cyberpunk?
Hey,
Akira's
Yeah.
They have,
cyberpunk.
I thought they had them. Maybe
So,
not.
here's a question: when we bought the canoe, we actually have a canoe with us now, right?
Yeah, you're like portaging it. You're like,
Okay. How much of a pain is that?
It's.
I count as large.
You do. It's true. This
So,
this is a 6-man
went.
canoe.
Okay, so it's still pretty big.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
so
they
Steak
make- Do
and
they?
Cube are trying to help. It's just a pair of feet just paddling in the air.
Oh, that's gotta be a sight.
I had the idea of, do they have a thing that you can put on a canoe to make it a pseudo cart, like just wheels you can strap to the ends of it? Is that a thing that exists, or am I thinking too much like Tal?
You ask around and don't seem to hear anything like
Does
that.
anyone sound like they're gonna make one after I give them the idea?
Don't kill me. They think you look a little bit crazy.
I mean, I probably do, but I still feel like wheels on a canoe wouldn't be a terrible idea.
The short
Wheels on
ones
the
are
bus
always a
go
little
round
crazy.
and-
The short ones, huh?
Cube, I'm gonna message you all the rumors I know if you want to just put them somewhere, like all the rumors the party knows collectively in one place.
Okay.
Rumor
I don't
has it.
know. Would you prefer that in Roll20 or Discord?
I've just been putting them into the thing anyways.
Okay, well, If I can figure out how to, I'll just stick him in there myself. It's probably simple, and I'm just.
Yeah, you can see whatever he got on session 2 notes.
Yeah, you're just telling it up.
Yeah. Well, this is both the ones from 1 and 2. So.
Okay.
And, okay. Session 2.
Y'all can see this, right? The skull.
The what
Like,
now?
Which
This
skull?
one?
There's
Yeah,
a lot
the
of
one by Tiny
The one to the west
Pterodactyl?
of the river Teriyaki.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Teriyaki, yep.
Yeah, I was thinking teriyaki.
Island teriyaki.
Grumble.
Are there any chickens along the river teriyaki?
I guess you'll find out, won't you?
Okay. There, I stuck some more rumors in there, just so that way we make sure they're all in one place.
Terror folk might be. I mean, they're kind of chickeny, I guess, sort of.
Terror.
Oh,
That's
Giant
cannibalism.
Feather Rex.
Oh yeah, we learned about those, didn't we?
You did.
We did. I should change my picture.
Isn't that to the west of the river?
I guess it is like.
That's
right
the
around here.
skull. That's a skull. The Firefinger is the. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the thing that the lady told you about
I
with the
see.
terror folk.
So that's where the tower is.
Hmm.
Right.
But
So
they
do we
said
get?
that
Do you guys
stone
have
spire
any
was to
idea
the
where
east.
you?
That's to the west.
Oh, I put the thing on the wrong fucking side. Hang on. There we go. I was trying, folks. I failed, but there you go.
See, it's okay. It's all right. We got you. You know it. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
And to answer Jill's question of, do we have an idea of where we want to start going? I believe is
Yeah.
what it was.
That was the.
I personally feel like we should go take care of the crimson robed wizard thing, since we actually have a location and how to get there.
No. No. We need to go get a charter of exploration before we go anywhere near those bloody woods.
Yeah.
The Flaming Fist are basically thugs.
So
Which
we
it's
need
not
to
an
buy them
actual
a-
organization. It's a bunch of shady shysters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck it. Then we'll kill them when they turn up.
Welcome to D&D.
It's D&D.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Flaming Fist basically pride themselves on being like warriors of justice, but they're just giant assholes. They like take the look. Oh, you're muted. I think.
I was crunching a water bottle and I didn't want to subject y'all to that noise, and then I forgot I was muted. Yes, the Flaming Fist are basically like, we are justice warriors, and they are in fact racist, self-serving dickheads.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So what I'm
lovely.
hearing is killing them isn't a bad thing.
Yordle, you have dealt with the Flaming Fist before. You know that they charge like 50 gold for their charters of exploration, and you've done your best to just avoid them, and it hasn't been a big deal.
Right.
In your experience. But, you know, it could be different, but just like they wear big metal boots and heavy armor, and they're kind of stupid and don't know what the fuck they're doing in the jungle, and
It's not a good outfit for the jungle.
They've lost
Right.
quite a few people, haven't they?
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One time you ran into some cannibals, and some of them were in Flaming Fist uniforms.
Oh, lovely.
Like,
But
They
they
seem like
left.
lovely people.
They left Yordle alone, right?
Yordle was smart enough to pretty much avoid them.
Yeah, just a small whisper, good on you, mates, and
Yordle
exit
is
stage left.
probably the sneakiest one in the party.
I feel
The
like
shell
Yordle's
was-
the kind of character that like from the shadows goes and just bails.
Yep, and it's gone.
But yeah, my personal vote on where to head first is because the temple is giving us some info, and also like we don't really have much to start. Crimson robed wizards in the jungle, not the worst place to start.
And getting in good with the temple's great if they're diviners, because then they're more willing to help us out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
also I might be slightly biased in that decision of hey, go help the Temple of Stavros first, but you know.
I believe you guys got another rumor that mentioned the Eldani Basin at some point as well.
Did we?
Was
we
it the-
had we had how to get there and the robes from.
Something about a ghost village?
Yes.
Oh yes, is that in the Eldani Basin?
Yes, it is. Perched atop a plateau overlooking the basin.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we should probably hit that first, actually.
No one's scared of heights.
Oh right, that's the exact same rumor as to how I know how to get there. So do we know about how many days travel down the river the basin is by any chance, or
You said it in the rumor.
it just says you can reach them by following the river. It doesn't give an actual time.
Is this a well-known place?
You're thinking of another rumor.
Gotcha.
Is that the basin at the end of Tiriki?
The rumor that you
Pondo.
heard said it was near the end of the river Soshan Star, which is the other river.
The other river.
Would I know of a location close by, or is there a roll I can see if I'm familiar with that area?
You can roll
It's
history.
Q if you want to segment it. There you go.
It's actually also right click apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
18.
I
I'm
did.
just using Q for it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call that.
You have gone
Okay.
past the Eldani Basin before, and it was south and it was south and east a few days travel from Mbala.
Mbala.
Oh, so
Bala.
it's south.
Well, yeah.
You're probably talking like 12 to 14 days.
It's far, but I don't know where else we could really start.
We could go on a shorter excursion. I can see if I can find the herbs we need to make what we need on a longer trip.
Wouldn't be terrible. Get used to the game, see the patterns for food in the jungle. Essentially, just go in the jungle for a few days, make sure we're
Oh.
not gonna die.
You're showing this map to your guide, right?
Yeah,
I
why
mean,
wouldn't
I
you?
don't know
yeah.
why the heck we wouldn't.
So, fun fact: the things that are marked Ataz, Kahakla,
Yeah,
and
that's the word.
Kahakla.
Ataz Muhahaha. These
Whoa.
are. Never mind. Okay, so Steak's character speaks Cholton but doesn't read it, right? But because why the fuck would a kobold
Why?
read?
That is a very valid point.
Yep.
Maybe he'll
Um,
read a little bit of Draconic, but that's about it.
The these translate to the Laughing Gorge, which just makes me fucking laugh. It is.
That's fucking great.
You
Wait,
know they did
is-
that intentionally.
Is it actually called chocolate? Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
it's the that's Laughing Gorge. And then this one is the Gorge of Blades.
Well, that's ominous.
It's not ominous. That's where the blacksmiths come from.
What about this one down here? Oops.
Which one?
That has Tikkawazi.
Oh, okay, I got it wrong. A Taz Ticklewazi is Blades. And then right?
It's a
Let me
silent
fucking get
Y,
my
okay.
shit straight. Yicklewazi.
No,
You mean like the weapon we just looked at?
Mhm.
Huh.
Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would-
Uh,
wow.
Oh, sorry, even more ominous. Kahakla is the Gorge of Death.
Oh, okay, nice.
That
Then
is
you
graveyard.
have Mwahaha is Laughing Gorge, and Yicklewazi is Gorge of Blades.
Where's
Gorge of Death
Wahaha?
is just a graveyard. It's fine.
Over
By
here,
Mesro.
Kitter's Inlet.
Okay. I see it.
So your Chultan speaking guide is able to translate those names for you.
It'd probably be a case of if I heard them said, I'd know what they were too. But
Right, but who sat there reading out the things?
it's just like, yep, those are mountains.
Warden still needs to read out loud when he reads things.
You said this was a pretty complete map. Is Yordle kind of startled by how much of this map we actually have?
Yeah, Yordle has never seen a map this complete. Like, I know the center looks empty, but this
compared
is
to the
a
other
more
ones.
complete single map of the jungle than they've seen
Okay.
ever, probably.
So what I'm hearing is it's really hard to map this jungle.
Yeah.
So if we survive this thing, we could just go map the rest of the jungle and rake in all the money for selling the map.
We could just sell maps.
Holy shit, we could be map makers!
We're cartographers, boys.
Well, it sounds much more adventurous than, murder hobos. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Look, the only difference is one ends up dead before the other one ends up dead after.
Oh, new alternate party name. Bunch of silent map makers that are mutes, the silent cartographers.
Oh no.
Actually, cartography wouldn't be a bad cover if we're trying.
Stick doesn't get the reference.
I don't. But no, seriously though, cartography's not a bad cover if we ever need one.
We're just mapping the jungle. No, I don't think it's gonna go over well.
I'm going to
Yeah.
point out to you, lad, that your job is literally go places and kill the interesting individuals you meet on the way. You don't need a cover if you don't leave any witnesses.
You got a point.
Right?
Oh
That's
no,
fine.
I met some goblins in the woods. So what did you do with them? Oh, we made sure they were fed to the wolves nearby.
Sounds like a
Mhm.
good
What did
plan.
you do with the wolves? Oh, them? Yeah, we had to kill them too, but we got some nice coats out of it.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. We didn't have to kill the wolves.
You just told them, okay, you can go away now. And then you
Is
just walked away.
good boy.
They're
Good
fed.
boy. Like biting on my hand.
Just rabies.
Oh
Just-
god, rabid
He's
warden?
good
That'd be
boy.
weird.
Just gnawing through your
He's a good
arm.
boy.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
It's okay. I know cure for rabies.
Okay.
And now
So-
he no more bite.
Just like you cook out rabies in food, you cook out rabies in arm.
In the morning, y'all motherfuckers go back to the Temple of Savris, right?
And we find out someone murdered the cleric to stop us learning the truth.
Wouldn't be surprised.
As a group.
It's the flaming fist.
Oh no, we are gonna have to fight somebody. That's such a bad thing.
And after you tromp across the city, you enter, and Inete excitedly leads you to Grandfather Zitembe's office. There aren't very many people here this early, but he's has a he's looking at a map. He has like a disturbed, like a really concerned, worried look on his face, and he's holding a pendant, which is a crystal, over a map of Chult that isn't as nice as yours, but
Can we put our clearly superior map over top of it?
That's a weird flex, but okay.
How about we just ask him if he'd like a better map or like something? I don't know. Be nicer. Don't just be like, here, let me just Okay.
He says, come in, come in. I'm just finishing consulting with the guides. The visions that I had overnight were disturbing. I'm sorry that I was so hesitant to believe that this curse could be coming from our jungle. And he's as you guys walk in, the crystal plonks onto an area of the map. It's like a big crystal, and his map isn't all that big. And as he finishes doing this, he sort of exhales, like you could tell that he was exerting effort to do whatever
Something.
this magic is.
Mhm.
And the area of the map where the crystal is between the Valley of Lost Honor and the Peaks of Flame.
So here.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the crystal takes up like that space.
Okay.
And he says, the visions that I've had are of a jungle city far to the south of here, enclosed by cliffs all around and crawling with snakes and dark obelisks draped in vines. I don't know that I have the strength to peer deeper than this, but this is the information that Savris and the guides have deigned to share with me, and I hope it'll help you on your quest, young friend of Savris. I
Young Timothy.
I also I know it may not be it may not be polite to say so, but as friends of Savris, you understand that the truth is important. I don't think that you look experienced enough to handle something of this magnitude. The evil that I feel from this place is strong, and I know that you are adventurers and you are brave, but I would worry for you if you were to face the evils that I have witnessed.
Translation: go straight there and die. Do some side quests.
Don't be level 2. Got it. Any information and would be helpful, and this has been more than you realize to be able to narrow down an entire jungle to a few days area.
This city, did it have any I forgot the word. I actually forgot the word out of character.
Okay,
Fuck.
Walls?
Let
Portals?
us help you here.
Is cigarettes. Anything that looks of importance? Did I know not. Darren, by the way. Darren.
The
Do you see with accuracy?
he grandfather Zatembe looks up at you and says, the ancient cities of Chult were built long ago by our forebears, and many of them had ziggurats. The part that stuck out most to me were the dark obsidian black obelisks and the snakes. The ziggurats don't seem as seem natural to me. That's what they built here.
Awkward.
Awkward turtle.
Hopefully no one in the party has a fear of snakes then.
Well, no, I'm just kidding.
But
Technically, I got a fear of
yes,
everything.
in answer to your question, yes, there are ziggurats in the ruins that I saw in my dreams.
Skulls.
Those are not canon.
It's only going to be terrifying if they also saw a fridge.
Oh.
Which would be impressive given that technology definitely doesn't exist yet.
You never heard of an icebox? Come on, dude.
There's a difference between an icebox and a fridge.
No, there isn't.
One has electricity.
We have a party member who can just like shit electricity.
Oh, that's a spicy butthole.
That was almost 4, wasn't it? Sorry.
Except that one's actually a golden dragon? Unless you've got a second ability I don't know about.
Oh no, he'd have to be blue, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
shit.
his name is Blue.
The
but he's a gold
name,
dragon,
yeah, okay.
which means he shits fire, not lightning.
Wow.
Oh, that's a really spicy butthole. Ooh.
I believe that's called Taco Bell.
No, that's his middle name.
Taco. Oh, gotta go. Ooh.
Taco Bell.
Uh,
Anyway, back on track.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kath.
All right. So we have an area now that we think we know where this main bad thing is.
that's
Yeah,
good.
but if what he says is true, that's really far away. We might want to do. I vote we do closer things first because, like, don't take this wrong. I don't really know you idiots, and you guys, I mean, you fine blokes, and you guys might get killed getting all the way down there, and as lovely as this sounds, I really don't want to have to go all the way down there and then loot the place by myself and then make my way back. So, let's try some easier stuff. Close by. Get the blood pumping, you know, that sort of thing. And test out a few stuff and
No
see how that goes, and then we go all the way down. Or we could just do small shit on the way down. It's not that hard. Really. Not that hard.
But tells me even if we just do everything on the way, we're not going to stand a chance with whatever's down there if it's as bad as he's saying it is.
I don't know, I just didn't get all these scars on my back by just tootling around the forest. No big deal. It'll be fine. We beef you up a little bit, you little short thing, and then we'll be fine. Make sure that that skinny one doesn't, like, eat everything inside. We'll just send the skinny one after them. It'll be fine. He'll eat everything. It'll be fine.
If he had to rate the danger in this area from, let's say, 1 to 20, where would he put that?
Probably somewhere around 95.
It sounds like it's a fun and exciting time. We should stop places on the way, apparently.
We should stop a lot of places on the way, apparently.
I feel
I
like
mean-
most of those snakes have like red skulls above their heads, you know?
Yeah,
There's one
probably-
snake has a red skull above its head.
Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 6.
So.
Plus, when you think about it, how often are you really going to be seeing the lifestyles of the rich in Chilton? You know, get out a little bit. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. It'll be grand.
Also, I applaud you guys for being able to get that much out of him, because it's not terribly likely. So, to
Really?
know to talk to Zatembe and to as that's way more information than I expected that you would get before you left the city the first time.
I mean, let's
so-
face it, that's always more
All
information
right.
that we would
My
think.
my DM's heart is filled with pride.
All right. So I still say we should go do that Alani Basin trip for them since we got so much info as a starter thing. I don't know if that's depth, but
I mean, where did we decide it probably was?
uh,
A couple
somewhere-
of
somewhere
days
around here.
south and west of Mbala is where.
That
Jordan.
might be
South
a
and east,
good,
my bad. South and
that
east.
might be a good thing. I think I kind of remember something about Camp Righteous and Camp Vengeance.
Righteous,
Probably
righteous.
So, following the river and kind of going a predicted path, I guess, wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Plus,
Definitely
if
faster than
we,
the jungle.
yeah, it's river, there's a couple of actual stops. We could run into someone else and get more of an idea. I love how we've done this campaign, this entire thing, basically trying to figure out where to go. At least we know where the end point is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We found out where
Hell
we start.
is-
We found out where we end. We just got to find out how the heck to get there and not die in the process.
Hell is that way.
You know, I think it's very telling that it's down near the area called Land of Ash and Smoke.
Valley of Lost Honor.
Peaks of
As long as the
flame.
Fire Nation doesn't attack, we'll be fine.
Also, I like how we very quickly have just once we realized we could draw on the map to mark things, we've started marking and stuff.
Who's really? Oh my god. I
There
look
we go.
instantly at Cube.
Yeah, it's me.
Your attempt to draw a skull is. There you go.
There we go.
Much
Yeah.
better.
So the drawings stay in between sessions, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless I manually remove it, it'll be there.
This is how we mark our map then.
With turtles and
Wait.
skulls.
Wait, why is that so thin? Hang on.
Well, he says
Those reasons?
Blue eye, blue eye.
Now it's gotta happen.
Yeah,
Now
it's gotta
you
happen.
you want it? You want it? All right,
Yeah, I'm
cool.
on it.
Hang on.
The entire city of Chult, the entire city of Port Nianzaru,
Yeah.
there are 2 people who know where hell is.
Can you make that a little bigger?
and we found one of them, didn't we?
And you found one
Cube?
of them because Panther has a thing for
Mhm.
that.
Panther has a thing for that, and I happen to be the right guy.
So
You
we have
happen
somebody
to
who
be
knows
right.
everything in the city, and then like 3 people who know everything outside of the city. We're set.
Yep.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Okay. So
I didn't feel like taking the time to plug it into my
we-
mixer.
we
but, you
have
know.
said that the Alani Basin, it is kind of far, even still. So is there something closer we'd want to do first, or
It's worth exploring a little. Maybe get to know what we deal with in the forest firsthand.
I see.
maniacal DM?
Fuck, that was the wrong thing to say, wasn't it?
Maniacal DM laughter is never a good
Yeah.
thing.
So we can get to know
no,
the stuff that's
I'm
close
laughing
by.
because he put Big Bad Evil Guy in the.
Oh.
That's what I'm laughing at.
Oh god.
Watch him be like just northeast of that, and like we completely miss him because we head for the small narrow point.
Maybe, but you know, at least it'll be fun.
Tells us not to go there for a while too, which is also nice.
Well, a lot of games do that though.
It's like you go here, you will die.
Yeah, but I mean, like, think about like when you're playing a D&D game, right? That's on a computer. They give you that level thing so that when you start moving further south, you notice the number starts getting higher, and it goes, "Don't do that." You know, like, don't grab the item out of the chest next to the creature that's 30 levels higher than you. Hold on a second, I have balls.
I mean, Daishon, this is the same guy that took us into an area last night and then realized he couldn't hit anything
Ah,
as his hunter just kind of flailed around. Steak.
Listen,
I can't shoot
Wait, so is
anything.
his aim's bad in Destiny as well?
no, I didn't look at the light
Aw.
level requirement for an area, and when I got into the mission, I couldn't damage anything.
Oof.
Yeah.
Is
And then he kept running
Imbala
out in the front and
Bolton
kept
or
getting
something?
smooshed. It was real funny.
That's a good
Entertaining.
question. Let me see.
Entertainment.
Panther's gonna be so confused when he comes back and looks at what we've done to this map.
No, I think he's
Part of
going
me
to
tells me he'll
he'll
just
be
understand.
fine. He'll be fine.
I feel like the turtle's gonna confuse him if nothing else.
It'll be fine.
Just
He'll
We
be
already
fine.
knew about one big turtle last time.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds. I should draw that one too. Then.
There's one, yeah. There's one
I'm
down
just-
here in Snapping
I'm just
Turtle
gonna
Bay.
start drawing turtles.
Are there 4 of them?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I love going into a level and then the boss theme is just
This is
Sorry,
a-
I'll-
Pins put the soundboard away.
Yep.
Never.
yeah, this
I
is
got
a much better-
I got my 2 jokes in. We're done with the soundboard.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
I got the one
fuck?
funny joke and then the one stretch joke. We're
How
good.
do I resize this? I made it too big. I want to resize. Can you not?
The
resize
whole
my
bay is
font?
a snapping turtle. I mean, wouldn't that be the right size for Angry Mick
I mean,
Eaterson?
probably, but I'm trying not to cover up the text as much as I am.
You know you can resize those.
I actually, it's not letting me.
Well, get good.
Get good.
You know what? That's close enough.
No, it's not. It's not a specific name for anything. It's just the name of a.
Okay.
Like it doesn't translate to anything.
Okay, I just thought I would because it's near
Yeah.
that.
Uh huh. It makes all the sense in the world to me.
So, there's a turtle in the Bay of Chult, and no turtle in the Turtle Bay.
No, there is.
Turtle
Alright.
Bay has giant snapping turtles, not a
And really bad
a
audio
dragon
quality.
turtle.
I see.
Okay, so
Aramag
I'm
the
right.
Treasure Eater is great. That's
So
that's a
I'm
good
just gonna say this now. If I find out there's more turtles, I'm coming back to the map and drawing turtles because it's a thing now.
We just come back and there's turtles
Sake,
everywhere.
do you like turtles?
I mean, they're okay.
I mean, there are turtles, and
Well, that's
the
high praise coming from him.
The Snout of Amgar down here is the island filled with turtles.
Okay, but I can't draw furry turtles. So
Furry turtles? We're not all furry, you weirdo.
I meant furry as in anthropomorphic, not furry as in half furry.
And now you see why I did stick figures this week.
Look, it is best this way. They're perfect. Or as I wrote earlier when I pulled a stake, pific.
Perfect.
Perfect.
No, that was just you preemptively using the accent.
That you didn't know you had.
They're perfect.
Toidles? Yeah, Aubrey,
I
toidles.
like toidles.
Toidle. Am I not toidly enough for your
We
toidle
did a lot of
club?
progress without leaving town. That's impressive.
Actually, yeah.
Actually, really surprised by us.
I know. Us make progress? Who would have thought?
We do that.
We had progress
Dude.
and memes and some great jokes.
I mean, I hope you guys aren't disappointed that there was no combat.
No?
No, why would we?
I don't want combat to level 3.
I mean, we kind of. I don't think social encounters are going to get us to level 3, though.
Sure they are. Have you never played Fable?
No, I
Pity.
haven't.
I mean,
The only way I leveled up through social interaction. Yep.
But-
I'm still level 2 27 years later.
I mean, you're
I mean,
how
that's not
old?
much for you.
As the kids would say, mood.
Me or Warden, Calf?
Yes.
All of the above.
Because there's an ordertude of there's an ordertude of difference there. I just I did the millennial thing and I went order and magnitude and just like bam.
Rip.
Do we want to try and accomplish anything else today? Is there because
What else could we really do without
did we
leaving
find
town?
anything out about the Ring of Winter?
It's cold.
No, we
Not
did not.
really, other than we know that Cinder had it at one point.
Yeah.
Maybe that can be a question for the temple when we don't drain them, being like, hey, where's the BBEG? Because, I mean, if they're diviners, like you said, that should be no problem tracking some stuff down like that, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, that's the only thing I have a note for that was worth checking out, unless we go check out Jojo Ballin and his bizarre adventure.
Speedball run.
no. Oh no.
Wait, what?
I feel like I missed something.
I know I
Something
did.
private just happened and I'm confused.
I sent Kath a thing.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Let the DM laugh.
I have to send you a thing after we stop for the night.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
I also.
It's
don't know.
okay.
Fine. It'll be fine. It's
It's
fine.
It'll be grand.
Oh.
Are there any more interesting side quests that could run into you? I think you found most of the ones that I really liked.
No screaming.
Plus, that doesn't mean we won't accidentally trip over one while we're out in the wild.
Found.
A
Seemed
Pondo?
like a good idea
God.
at the time to go this way. What is that big stone spire to the west?
I give myself such a good character for downtime that I can just like sit and listen to you guys. Like, I'm loving this. It's fun.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I know what to do about Calf's crit insight roll.
oh,
Mm-hmm. As you leave the temple of Savris,
mm-hmm.
a man in light blue robes
I don't know about you
Uh,
guys, but I can
with
definitely hear
dark
Pondo just
brown
randomly screaming
skin
in the background.
bumps into you, and he whispers to you, Keeper, and says, "I have important information that the gods, I feel the hand of the gods telling me to give this information to you. Seek the wise guardian of Oralunga west of Imbala. She can direct you to that which you seek." And then as you're like walking out, he collapses and like passes out next to the door to the temple, like outside the door. After he whispers that to you, he he grabs you and whispers this information to you, and then like and passes out.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Uh, he
So-
wakes up and kind of shakes himself
Oh,
a few
shit.
seconds later and
And-
goes,
I'm like halfway hunched over. I'm like,
He's gonna scream and
Okay.
bolt like a bitch.
like I fucking know that.
and he goes, "Who are you?"
Ah, well, that answers that.
Huh.
Not how I would
Believe
react
you've-
to having something blotting out the sun and bending over me when I randomly wake up.
You know, it's the kind of moment that makes you go.
I mean, you don't know. I could be a nice person. I could also be be very, very bad for you.
Fun is harmless.
Huh.
Oh.
As you, old
don't-
fart.
How did I get here?
I think you've had what they call a
You tripped.
divine reckoning.
I remember that I was
How ordered the
looking
mushrooms,
for.
friend?
I was looking for a small brass lizard.
That would be that one.
A tall man with a longbow, and
We're all together for this, right?
It is not your night,
yeah,
Aubrey.
you guys are like
Yeah.
walking out of the temple together,
Yeah.
and he's like rattling off
Us.
We look at him and
gnome-
then like look at each person as you described them.
a gnome with a double-headed axe. Gods. Well, this is
Weird.
embarrassing.
Where?
We haven't seen anyone like that all day.
He stands up and brushes himself off and says, "I'm very sorry, but I'm Eshik. I work here at the Temple of Savris, and I remember that I needed to find you and tell you something, but I don't remember what it is."
The message has been received.
Okay. He like shakes his head and walks into the temple.
Did you get that as a note? Cube?
No, what did they say? The Guardian or?
West of Mbala?
Yeah, I got it's circled west of Mbala.
Well, every other rumor's been dropped on our lap, so maybe that'll turn up in the text thing as well.
No, this is gonna be the one that isn't because roll 20.
Well, I'm looking. Give me a minute.
The wise guardian of Oralunga.
Okay,
is
I
what you
did
get
get
to look
Guardian.
for.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The wise guardian of Orlunga.
Yep.
Somewhere out in the jungle to the west of Mbala. Wow. That might be a bit much.
Definitely a mouthful.
Oh, I spelled that completely differently.
I think everybody will. They're completely made up words.
No.
Trust random strange shadow men from alleys? I mean, he's an acolyte of Savris. He's like committed to telling the truth. But you don't have to believe him if you don't want to. It could be a.
Aubrey says we are
Trap.
all feckin' adorable.
You know, he might not actually be a cleric. He might be Old Man Withers in a costume.
That's entirely possible.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna
I'm
nod my
saying, by
head
this
and
point,
say, yeah,
Brett
sure.
would have already ripped his head off. I mean, mask.
Which one? His head or his mask?
Well, his
Yes.
mask on his head. So you can see
Right.
his real head.
Gotcha. It's weird.
The infinite food wasn't the first tell of that?
I mean, there's a bunch of mercenaries that go around. Large consumptions of food is not really a big thing. Gotta keep the big ones going.
He's not big, though.
If every meal is last meal.
That is also true.
How are you?
I like that one too. I like whatever you guys are. What are you guys, anyways? You're really big.
Dusk
It's
tribe.
Thai chilies. Dried.
Oh, what now?
I've seen
Right,
bugbears,
Wait, what?
but I've never seen you guys. You're a little less furry than bugbears.
Not bugbear.
We are giantkin. This is rare too. Outside of tribe.
You keep going on about tribe. I've
Pondo.
I've never had one.
A stray cat has made its way up onto Warden's shoulder.
Warden picks up the cat and pets it.
Aggressively against its will, and it cries in pain.
Who raised you, fun?
Enjoy your foods, Aubrey.
My mother raised me. What is it?
His purr.
He's purr.
His purr.
Oh, he is purr. Cat is purr. Cat is purr. I am distracted. We'll talk later.
That's what you
Much-
said last time. Anyway.
No, I'm interested in this conversation.
Just random voice. Don't eat
Oh
the cat.
no, I'm being like old, aloof, old man.
Pims, I want your character to just be Larry David.
Oh god.
Curb your enthusiasm. Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, no, you can't.
Okay. I'm
Wait,
just
look
gonna
at that
Google it
kitty.
instead.
You've never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm.
To be fair, I've only seen like clips, so
I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes, but I know what the show's about.
I'm aware of the character.
This is for you guys.
Oh no.
Yes. Also, the photo I posted is Larry David.
And that quote is very accurate to what we should be doing. Except for maybe do what you don't want. But,
Well, I mean, do whatever.
yeah.
We'll eventually
Do shit,
stumble.
figure it out.
We will eventually stumble our way into being strong enough to not die. So
by accident.
You don't respect wood. Oh,
It's vibrating.
It's good at scratching and hiding. An ideal companion. I love Strange World.
yep.
Yep. And then there's a later one that I also threw in there. I have named it. Will it respond to this name? Never. Is the collar for leash? The collar is for the name. These things are adorable. Have I ceased to exist? Deception! I have not. One
Feels.
last hydration cylinder. Ingest it now. Please keep the corridor illuminated. Imagine pleasant nonsense.
So actually being an adult. So wait, what are we doing?
I don't know. What are we doing?
I'm
I
I'm
thought
petting
we
a
were
cat.
getting close to that wrap-up point because late. And the
I mean,
only
we
way to
can
do
be.
anything beyond this point would be to leave behind our teammate now.
Yeah.
And as glorious as the skydrop with fireballs would be, how we
That
would
have
work
the
that in
forest on
organically,
fire.
I
Yeah,
don't think
and I kind of want
anyone-
Panther's opinion on what he thinks we should do too.
Yeah.
So I think giving him the option's a good idea.
So how about this? Since it is now whatever the fuck o'clock, let's go get some food. I'm fucking hungry. Is anybody else hungry? Just me.
Eh,
Cube might be the only one that gets this joke, but Mozzie.
Really? Not even the skinny one's hungry? That's weird. Alright. We're not going out on a bad omen like that. Let's go get some food. I'm gonna go
I'm
get some
bringing
food.
food.
yeah,
I've eaten
he's got food for
He's
on the
been
way
eating
to
this whole
food.
time.
He's been eyeing up the cat, and Warden's just like,
Since no.
Since no. Yordle's just gonna start heading back towards the thundering
we have so much.
amphibian to
The
go get
booming
food.
dragon?
The yodeling dragon.
The shaking reptile.
The Lolehi who?
The yodeling gecko?
The electrified axolotl.
I now want a tavern in a future game that just changes its name like every 2 weeks to try to
Oh
trick
my
people into coming back. Hey, I've never heard of Oh, it's this place.
There's a new tavern in town. We should go to, and it's them
The screaming
again.
skelk?
We literally have a restaurant
So-
that does it every 2 years here. They change their freaking names so people think it's a new place and it's the same people.
So here's an odd
Oh,
thing for
wow.
you. In Anthem, they've got a bar that is every time you go into it, someone's talking about one of the other names you used to have because everyone who buys it renames it and then dies shortly thereafter.
Oh no.
Oof.
And one guy sold it to the most recent owner and tried to leave town and didn't even make it out of town before they died. So she decided the best way to avoid that was just not name it.
Smart. Avoid
Yeah.
the curse.
I like this idea.
That is a good yeah.
Still alive by the end of the game, so
It must work.
So
Yeah,
wait,
they're ahead of
is that
everybody
leather
else.
priestess that owns it? Thinking it's your leather priestess.
Wait, what?
There's a character in the game, and her wardrobe just makes me think leather priestess of the post-apocalyptics.
Giggity.
Post-apocalyptics. Multiple elliptics.
post-apocalyptics. What about the pre-apocalyptics? You don't think there's any leather outfits now?
I mean, there might be.
Leather's affordable if you know where to find the animal outside. I know this because Assassin's Creed, Odyssey, and Origins has taught me that all I gotta do is murder everything that runs around on 4 legs, as well as the things with 2 legs, and I'll have all the parts I need to make everything.
Room.
I will say the pre-apocalypse doesn't sound nearly as dire as the post-apocalypse.
Well, it implies that there's an impending apocalypse.
I mean, aren't we constantly living in the end times?
Realistically speaking, we're a little closer to the end time. But, you know.
Yeah, I had
I
a
thought that was a
feeling
Pondo. I
lied.
was like, why are you calling Pondo like that?
I'm not.
All right.
It's the dice I was rolling tonight. Thank you guys for playing with me. It's been
Yeah.
real. I'm
Been
sorry
real
that
fun.
we didn't get to do much actiony stuff yet,
Wow.
but
All the fun's at the RP for me.
We've apparently gotten more info than we ever should have, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do we normally get this much info?
I get to breadcrumb keeper, so I'm just like that's what I'm living off of right now.
Fucking gonna shank you.
the
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong character.
the DC that I set for both of those things that you could have done was really high. I didn't think it was gonna have that. Like, let's see, percentage wise, I think we were somewhere in the neighborhood of like 8%.
Okay.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Whew. All right then.
Oh,
Wait,
boy.
for finding the guy who could tell
For-
us about?
Yeah, because in order to know like which guy to talk to would have required a 20. However, you had a character who just was like, I have a thing. Tell me the thing. All right. I
Okay.
told you
Tell me of the
Alright.
we.
There you go.
And then the if any character besides you had asked him to find it, Steak, he wasn't gonna do the whole thing with the crystal and finding the location of the thing.
Yeah. I kind of got the feeling of that about halfway through of like, I need to get involved in this now.
It's a good job you actually, decided to join in the RP.
Also,
Yeah, thanks, Kev.
slight question for mechanics. Since pretty much all of my 3 rolls tonight had advantage, what do you want me to do with that inspiration you gave me last session?
You can hang on to it till you use it. That's fine.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like it lasts for 1 session or it's there till you use it kind of.
Nah, I'll let you have it till you use it. There are gonna be some roles where you guys are gonna I'm not hard to impress when it comes to inspiration. So
I
and
got
there-
inspiration for going, how do I make this goop?
right.
You got inspiration for a character that lives in the woods going, how do I keep myself and my friends alive in a woods I'm not familiar with?
Wait. Oopsie doo. How do I go?
Good night, everybody.
Just need it better.
Everybody, good
The
night.
question, oopsie doo, how do I goo, came after he talked about beating his berries.
Oh, God.
Again, good night, everybody.
To be fair, I still have to get to the root of the problem, but you know.
I mean, you're halfway there, though.
You could try by grasping firmly near the base
Oh.
and then pulling to check.
Are you gonna make me RP checking roots?
It's probably going to be like, you have this percentage, just roll for it.
Yeah, but Jill's knows what I feed off of, so.
Mhm. I also spent an entire day this week creating roll tables and a system for how to brew your own like medicines and potions and stuff and
I'm a little
forage for
flattered.
ingredients.
Wow.
I'm a little flattered, to be honest.
I spent probably like 12 or 14 hours
Shit.
creating a thing that I thought probably wouldn't get used.
And she
Something
thinks she
like that.
shouldn't post it on the DM's Guild.
Yeah,
If I
I
spent that
haven't
much
seen
time
it
on
yet.
I would post it.
Yeah.
thank you.
Is that how you figured out? Like, is that how I was able to figure out some of the resources I need? If you're able to do it at that kind of like level, you should probably post it at some point, and
Post
at
Like,
it.
the
I
very
have-
least get feedback. Like,
I have like season and biome, and then like in that biome in that season what the DC to find a particular plant is, and then a roll to like know what it does, and then a separate system for using the thing you foraged during downtime to create another thing, like a tonic or a salve or a potion or something.
She found a way to Witcher D&D.
oh yeah, Yeah, honestly.
I kind of went down the rabbit hole on this one, guys.
I can
No,
just see
we-
it now.
That's part of the fun of
We-
being
That's
Jeff.
the
All right,
good
guys,
shit.
we are
Yeah,
going to
that's-
pretty much wrap
we
it
do
up
this
here
because
because we
we
do
love.
the chit chat.
Yeah, but I can
and
just see it
such.
now. We'll be in combat, and then
Um,
Pims will be like, "Can I make a perception check? For what? Are there any of the herbs I need here?"
I think
It's
we've
like-
kind of, thankfully, I think we've
Uh,
kind of limited it to a downtime activity, but
Because,
absolutely.
like-
Well, I mean, if like
I am
everyone else has
sleepy,
everything handled,
and it
in
looks like we
combat,
are
you could
just
be like,
in the
"Alright, about
poist,
the herbs."
poist,
They're
Yeah.
goblins.
post
They can wait.
moistness. You know what? Just
We're
whatever.
there.
Time ago, I
We're
used
in
to
the
play World of Warcraft,
Post game,
and a friend of
of,
mine
you know,
was
just
playing
shooting
our
the shit
backstabby
and
rogue
poking
while I
at
was
things
doing the cleric.
kind of seeing how
right?
we felt about everything.
And at one
So
point,
we're gonna call
I'm
it
in a
here,
fight.
and we're gonna
I'm
go
surrounded by guys, and I'm
raid
like,
somebody.
"Where's my fucking TPS?" He's like, "Just give me a second. I'm grabbing some nightshade." Are you fucking kidding me? Where are you? And then look around, and his character name is so small.
Do you know some of the basic abilities for Firbolg? Because I could just disappear at random.
Also,
That
you're a
sounds about
ranger,
right.
so you can just take care of people from 100+ feet away.
Yeah, no, I could be like 300 feet off, raining hell on the opposing like creatures.
It's just like arrow. Oh, hey, a tomato.
arrow, bonus action, gather some nightshade.
Yeah, I did. I separated it by biome and season, and I did medicines
How
and
far
poison,
backwards is
and like a
this?
description of what the plant looks like, so I don't necessarily have to tell you the name of it. And
Okay,
Okay, that's a lot of effort to
That
not
thing
put
went-
that somewhere.
that thing got lost.
Just
It's-
eat
Thing got
everything you
hella
find
lost.
to them. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, we're gonna find someone to
My
raid right now
Constitution
because
modifier is.
it is trying to kill my computer.
oh, the worst that could happen is then very bad.
So
You'll be
I have a
fine.
Very
out of
bad.
character. I have a +4 to wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Yeah. So our Firbolg are, and then I took proficiency in survivalism and medicine. Like I'm good.
Okay. I have in on what you lack.
Hmm?
I've got strength.
I'm inverted from you.
Oh,
My
are you?
wisdom's only 1. My constitution's like 3 or 4.
Yeah, because you're barbarian, so you need to.
So-
calm
Alright,
down.
so
if, roll,
he
if his roll to
is
figure out what it is sucks, he feeds it to the barbarian, and we find out.
There we go.
Roven.
Well,
Raid Roven.
if they figure
who's
that
playing
out in
Overwatch
character,
again.
that's gonna be hilarious.
So it's a nice, easy little thing to relax
There's
back
gonna be a lot
into.
of.
He seemed pretty chill the last time we raided him and everything.
And then
Try
when you get
this.
So
It
let's
tastes
give it up
good.
for Roven
yeah.
as we
Taste
raid on
this,
over there. Remember,
tell
get
me how
your
this
sub
tastes.
hobble hobble burning love. Whether it's
Oh,
my
I'm paralyzed.
fluffy